Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on? Why does this look? Why is this not a widescreen? I'm jumping off with this camera. Usually, what the fuck? Let me see if I do this. Yeah, nah, I shouldn't be doing that. It should be a wider view. Let's see. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Oh, update. That's why I got to update the device. Aha. All right, let's see now. Updating the app. Might shut me out and start me up again. We'll see. Because see how it has me like a little square, not a widescreen? Downloading Logitune. Give me a second, people. Okay. So now let's see why this is not giving me like wide view. Let's see. Brio connected. Ah, that's why. No, wait, what's the difference? Huh? I don't know what the fuck's happening. All right. Let's see. Device. Settings. Ah, okay. 4K, yes. Preview quality. I don't get it. Man, well, whatever. My bad. Ah, there we go. See? I knew this shit was being weird. You see how it was? It had me like. All right, good. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Shit was weird. All right. My bad. Yayan, what up? Armone, what up? Crawford shocks the world. Okay. Jackie, what up? Of course, Clarissa, what's up? Queen B. Hello, Marco. Semar da Koshin da Alda do I Google die. Well, I'll Google die to you too. Whatever the fuck that means.
I was about to say, you really can read that?
Nah, I can't. I don't know what that is. What's good, Joseph? What's that?
Spicy pepper.
Don't. Spicy pepper?
Yeah.
I don't really want to eat a spicy pepper.
Why? I thought.
Fine.
Good, right?
Ooh, she grew that in the garden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's spicy. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, Zero? Jacqui? Oh shit. Well,
Yo,
Jack,
you don't like hot food?
I do. I just didn't really feel like having it right now. Because I'm drinking a coffee and that's kind of fucking gross. Like spicy pepper in a coffee. But nah, I love hot food. Love it. This is actually has some kick to it. Like the whole shot of my shit here is all like numbed up. Mick is sleepless in Scotland. Was rocking out in the Discord all night.
Yo, if you think about it, that's probably like his like daytime. I don't know like what the hours is, but he do
Let's
be
see.
like.
Let's see. Scotland time now. It's 6:36 p.m. So he's 5 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, so at 4 a.m, that's like morning for them.
That's like 8. 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Our time would be like 8 in the morning. His time, maybe he's at work or something. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, but he do be on like, cause remember that one time he was like it's 5 in the morning and it was like 10 for us.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. The shark. Yeah, man. I don't think it was a jalapeno. It was like long and I don't know. Jalapenos usually short and like thicker, right? That sounds terrible, but you know what I'm saying.
Yo, I don't know what that is. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, it's Reyes. What's up, Papa? Um, yeah, I was just on the other show briefly. Had some other shit to do. Jumped back on. Oh, dash cam Mo. Dash cam. Oh, this isn't even what is this? A body cam? What the fuck you doing? It looks like he's about.
Afternoon, you bloody knobbers.
Yo, this looks like when they right before they busted into Osama bin Laden's cabin and fucking took him out. This is what it looked like. I bet.
Get my six.
They have real footage of that too. Obviously, they never released it, but they have footage of Osama getting taken out in real time.
They say they got real footage. I don't know. I don't believe it.
Well, maybe not, but yeah.
Yo, that shit did look like a body
bro.
cam.
Is that a body cam?
No, bro. That's my phone.
You're just holding it.
Yeah, just holding my phone.
I got you. Alan Day, all day.
What it do? What's happening?
Ain't
That boy
nothing.
finna run in some shit.
Ain't nothing. You know, we just started this bitch up. Just turned the engine on.
Oh yeah,
Feel me?
I saw that clickbait title. I had to fight to get up in here.
Hey man, I wouldn't say clickbait. I really want to hear the opinions. We got to get into it because I'm gonna have to mute Mo up because he's making a lot of noise.
Can I start off?
Go ahead.
Well, you already know how I feel. I'm not even a stan. I'm just being real. I think Roy Jones, your man, said this, and I believe he was looking off my cheat sheet, and he mentioned that Canelo has one way to win, Bud Crawford had about 6 ways to win, and you would probably go with the guy who have several different ways to win this fight. But I think I'll talk about why I believe Canelo don't have a chance. One is that from a technique standpoint, he's way too square for a guy like Bud Crawford. Um, his feet, everyone talks about his feet, but I mean, that's a cliche thing to talk about. But for me, I don't like how he walks straight in. You know, the Canelo of maybe even before Caleb Plant was a guy who would at least try to box his way in. And he's turned into this guy who's more of a one punch fighter, a boxer. But not only that, he, every punch is a punch attempting to knock a guy out.
Let me real quick, CJ.
Yeah.
This is Alan Day, not Shelton. That's racist,
Oh.
CJ. That's racist. Go ahead. I apologize.
Oh,
He
but-
thought you were Shelton.
Oh, all good. But here's the problem. He put so much energy in these one punches trying to knock a guy out. And obviously, I'm almost 100% sure he's not going to knock out Bud. But he put so much effort in trying to knock guys out when he doesn't even have conditioning for 12 rounds. He have conditioning for 5 rounds. So if he doesn't knock this guy out in 5 rounds, his conditioning like dramatically drop off.
Wait, who doesn't have the conditioning?
Canelo, he doesn't have conditioning over 5 rounds. Like after 5 rounds, his punches lose steam. What was that? Oh, okay, crocodile or something. But yeah, his conditioning's been looking terrible since Caleb Plant. The last guy I saw where he had good conditioning against Caleb Plant, and obviously the steroid Canelo had great conditioning, but since he doesn't have conditioning, he fights too square, and he's a one punch guy. And for me, he's not one punch knocking anyone out. In fact, I guess Caleb Plant was the last guy he knocked out on one good punch. against a Caleb Plant who has conditioning problems that's worse than Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we know about Bud Crawford, he's going to come in great condition. He's going to be bigger. He's going to be stronger. And he's going to be faster. He's going to be quicker than Canelo. And I think it's going to be a long night for Canelo. That's my thought.
Okay.
I'm going to say UD12. I'm not saying a knockout, but I can imagine a stoppage in around 10. Not
Okay.
because Canelo was extremely hurt, but because his conditioning caught up to him around 10. Bud got to the body, and referees comes in and say, "Hey, that's enough."
Right.
Uh, I think me personally, I think the fight gonna go one of two ways. It's gonna, like you said, you mentioned it might be a boring like technical fight, or I think it's gonna be like not the same level, but you know how like Eubank versus Conor Ben was. I think it might be like that, and I just don't see. I honestly don't see Bud winning either one. I think if it go to the scorecards, Canelo just gonna get the nod. So
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Can I go next? Can you
Go
hear me?
ahead. Yeah.
As I've said before, about even there comes a day when you've made enough money and you've been doing something for a long time and you got a lot of money from it and you don't really want to do it anymore. And that day is going to be September 13th. Canelo, I think, as I've said, he's fought a lot of fights, he made a lot of money. It's over for him. I don't think he really wants this fight. They threw enough money at him that he took it, which means he wasn't hungry for it. And Bud has wanted this fight. And I think that's the day. Bud is gonna, I think he's gonna get a decision. I think it's gonna be an easy. Now, I think it's gonna be easy. He's gonna win 4 or 5 rounds. Canelo, after a little while, gonna be like, man, I don't need this. Just like against William Skull. He was like, man, I don't need this. I don't need to chase this guy. So he's going to be like, all right, I'm good. Just like Bivol. He fought Bivol. We all know he gave up. We don't lie. He gave up against Bivol, like, all right, you got it. I ain't gonna really try to win this fight. And I think it's gonna be the same thing with Bud. Bud's gonna get the win. But hopefully this is Canelo's last fight. I hope. So he's just gonna be stealing money after this. And we going to complain. This fight, Marco, this might be the first fight Canelo steals some money. And then when he fights Jake Paul, he's gonna be stealing some more money. But one decision.
True.
Easy.
I think you guys are grossly underrating Canelo, like to Bud's detriment, really. Like I don't understand what this whole thing is about downplaying Canelo when really Bud is the underdog, and if he wins, he should be like top 5 pound for pound all time, in my opinion. And that kind of analysis, I think, undercuts him. And I'm a Bud fan. I'm a huge Bud fan, and I'm rooting for him to win. But I'm let's be realistic. Like whoever said that Canelo only has one way to win, I don't know what Canelo they're talking about. Like he's literally one of the best counterpunchers in the sport today. I think he could easily. I think this could easily go exactly the same as Majumov Crawford.
He used to be. Don't say he is. He used to be. But keep going.
No, I mean he is. Like I don't know. I mean he hasn't lost in a minute, right? He's won his last 3 fights. He almost knocked out Belenga. He knocked him down on a good counter. Like what are we talking about? A guy who's 200 pounds?
Guys who didn't try to win, but the last 3 dudes ain't try to win. They didn't.
I disagree. I think they did try to win. They just couldn't win. I don't know.
Hate to jump in there, but I mean, if you would rate those last 3 opponents, A, B, or C, I mean, where would you rate them? What level of fighters these guys?
B, middling B, B minus.
Berlanga is a B fighter?
I think so. I think I'd made him a B fighter.
Jaime Munguia is a B fighter?
Yeah, I think he's a B fighter.
That's very generous. Man.
William Skull's a B fighter. William Skull's a B fighter too, I guess.
Yeah, he is. He is a B fighter. Correct.
B isn't bad, right?
No, he's a good fighter. He's just whether or not you like his style or not is
He fought
different. But
against
he's a good
Canelo.
boxer.
That was good boxing. Honestly, that was good boxing. That's what you would teach. You would say, "Hey, watch this. Learn how to box. Watch this guy." That's
Hey, one thing I will do,
Mm,
I will say this though, like you mentioned that a lot of folks are discrediting Canelo, and it's not real. I believe he said it's not a benefit to Bud, and Bud essentially came out and he said that Earl Spence is not a Hall of Famer, and I'm not saying Canelo is not a Hall of Famer, but you can call me naive, you can call me whatever you want, but personally, I don't think tactically this is one of Bud's hardest fights against Canelo. And I hate to even say he's a basic Mexican fighter, but he's damn near a basic Mexican fighter. And I just don't think Bud has to think too much against
No,
Canelo.
I'm gonna say this.
wait, hold on, no. Well, he said, well, what does a basic Mexican fight? What does that mean?
That's what I was about
Because
to
that's a
say.
because that's we discuss this a lot. Like that's a very loaded trope. So what do you mean when you say a basic Mexican fighter?
He's he's a basic Mexican fighter, which means he doesn't lean into the jab. He's a front foot fighter, okay? And when he's on his back foot, he's basically dead. He has no ability. Once he's on his back foot, it's over.
I
And,
don't know about that.
and I'm gonna say this. I think Canelo. I agree, kind of what he's saying. But Canelo, like a basic Mexican fighter to the max. You know what I'm saying? Like he the best. You know what I'm saying? Like Julio Cesar Chavez was the best at that style. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah, it's not a
Canelo.
bad thing.
But
It's
listen to what you're saying,
not.
though. Like,
It's
What you
not a
mean?
so,
bad thing, though.
so
It's
he's
not a
this
bad thing.
astronomical, great, basic
No, it's not.
Mexican
It's
fighter. Like
No,
you're undercutting your own
no.
point.
The style is basic. He is not. He has
it-
many different abilities in the ring.
I disagree. I think he's way more dynamic than someone like Julio Cesar Chavez. Julio Cesar
Well,
Chavez was
that's what I'm
never a
saying. That's what I'm telling
counterpuncher.
you. That's what I'm telling you. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I think
he
you
got
guys
the
talking. All I say is this: you guys talking down Canelo is gonna
come on.
make Bud when he wins or if he wins, make it sound worse. So that's all I'm saying is you guys saying this. Okay, when Bud wins and the whole world shits on him and says Canelo's overwashed and he's all this other shit and they talk down on him like they've talked down on his victories his whole career. I don't want to hear anybody on here complaining that they don't
no,
give him
but
credit and all this other shit because you guys are talking down on his competition. Like that's crazy to
No,
me.
it's okay for me. It's okay because, like I said, I don't even really have Canelo in my pound for pound list. So Bud beating Canelo, and I'm a Bud fan, but I'm telling you straight up, this version of Canelo, to me, isn't really high level. And I'm not saying he's not better than the Canelo that Floyd Mayweather beat, but I don't even think this is the Canelo that Caleb Plant fought. So I just
Oh,
don't
that's fair.
think
That's
I
fair.
don't think I don't think I don't think this version of Canelo is a fighter.
Really?
No. No.
Now, is
I
this the
agree.
best version of Canelo? This is not the best version of Canelo because
No,
he's
no, no,
older
no.
and he's
It's
like war
yeah,
torn.
yeah. This
But to
this
say he's not an A fighter, I think
no.
that's a big
No.
too,
He
in
had
my
an
Okay,
opinion.
A
so
career.
so
He had an A career, but
what's
he's
the
not.
best version of Canelo against whom?
I would say the best
I
version
say
of
verse like
Canelo.
Amir Khan or something like that,
No,
or
I'm
like
Amir
not gonna
Khan,
give
who
him
was a
that.
smaller guy. Okay, who
Triple
else?
I'm not
G
giving.
dudes like
No,
that.
no, no.
I would say
I would
Billy Joe
say
Saunders to me. That was like the
no.
I
peak
said,
Canelo.
who
I
you
would say
thinking?
I would say Kirkland. I would say
That's
Kirkland
not a
was
bad one.
his. I would say Kirkland was the best version of
Do you
Canelo.
guys think that this version of Canelo is
He's not
so?
on that. He's not on that level
I
like he
don't
used
think
to be.
he's. I think he's the same. He has a loss to Bivol, which maybe made him stronger mentally.
Nah, nah, because he came in. He came. I mean, and I'm not gonna down him for his last bout. I mean, it's just what I expected. I mean, Canelo is not a guy that has the conditioning to walk a guy down through 12 rounds anymore. He's
Right.
just not that guy. So tactically speaking, I mean, like one guy mentioned, maybe it's the money. Like he's not that hungry where he's got to hunt a guy. And against a guy like Bud Crawford, I really wish he was a guy that was willing to hunt a guy through 12 rounds, because I think it would be a dangerous scenario for Canelo.
Mm.
For and but then at the same time, I would love to see a guy like Bud Crawford needing to go in his bag a little bit. And unfortunately, I just don't think Bud will have to go in his bag as much. And, even against Floyd Mayweather, people like, okay, Bud isn't the defensive guy as Floyd Mayweather. But if you watch that fight, Marco, watch that fight as a boxing guy, Floyd really didn't even have to go in his bag against Canelo. He really beat Canelo with simple foundational boxing technique. He didn't have to do that much. You know what I mean? He didn't have to
That's
be slick.
crazy.
He didn't have to be slick. He
That's an
didn't have
insane
to.
thing to say. Come
Yeah,
on, like listen, that's Floyd.
I
That's literally
believe.
one of the greatest pure boxers of ever. And you're saying, come on, don't downplay Floyd like that.
No,
That
I'm
was a
not
masterclass.
downplaying. I'm saying that's how sound Floyd Mayweather is.
Yeah, I
Floyd
agree.
did not have to go in his bag to beat Canelo. He beat Canelo with basic fundamentals. He didn't even have to think much. You know,
Mm.
he
I
sit
agree.
he sat in the shoulder roll. I mean, there was not one moment in that fight where Floyd had to make an adjustment.
All right.
Yeah, but
Let
he
me.
did that to everybody. That's
No,
Floyd.
no, no,
Like,
no,
what do
no,
you
no,
mean?
no,
That's
no, no.
TBE.
No,
Did you?
Floyd. I'm tell you like this. Canelo at that time, he just wasn't. He just hadn't seen nothing like Floyd
Let
ever.
me.
But like,
Let me say something real quick. This is Scottish Gaelic. So you know Irish have Gaelic. This is a Scottish Gaelic. It's like their own language. He just says, "How are you doing today, my brother?" I had to Google that, but that's
Yeah.
what that. I didn't know Scots had their own Gaelic. I know Irish had Gaelic, but
I don't even know what that is.
it's
But
like it's like the origin language in Scotland before
okay.
English took over.
That's some James Joyce type shit right there.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I was saying like, bro,
Marco,
I agree.
Okay,
What's
Floyd
up?
didn't.
guys, get ready. Okay, if you thought Bud showed Majimov respect, he's gonna be fighting Canelo like he wants his autograph after. You wanna know why? Because it'd be fucking stupid to do anything else against a guy
watch
who
that.
who
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 Canelo
almost
knocked
not
out?
who knocked down a 200-pound
Oh,
Berlanga with one
a lot of
punch.
people get knocked down. Who's he knocked out? When's the last knockout?
Huh.
He ain't showing the power he used to. He don't have to show him that type of respect.
Jackie, for some reason your super chat is
He's
in.
going to, Bob. I
Hey
promise you,
man,
and
you
he'd
know
be
You
what?
seen
dumb not
Canelo?
to.
You seen Bud fight? Bud is never going to do that. You seen him?
Yeah,
If he gets
He
knocked
did the
out, he goes
Majimov.
back down.
He fought Majimov like
And
he wanted a selfie. What are you talking about?
No, he
What
didn't.
do you mean? Yeah, he
he
did.
no,
fought.
What do you
see, Moby's fussing it.
because bro, I
He
was
ain't fight like
there.
that, brother.
How are
He
you
ain't
gonna
fight
tell
like
me?
that.
Yes, he did. I
No,
have never
bro.
seen Bud
He
show. I have
boxed.
never, ever seen Bud show a fighter as much respect as he showed Majimov.
He
Are
Because
did,
he's
you
I
not
don't.
kidding
dumb.
me?
He's a smart fighter. I
I
don't want
don't
him to
think.
go in there rock 'em, sock 'em robots. That's crazy.
I don't
Man,
think
he
he
was.
necessarily showed him respect. I think he had a game plan to beat him. I don't think that's showing
Let
respect.
me shout out Jackie, the queen, the queen. Uh, extra crispy 20 piece. I used to get 20 pieces at McDonald's. Yeah. And you guys ever polish off a 20-piece McNuggets? Because I used to do it. It's a heart attack, but it's so
Yeah.
delicious. Crawford won't need to go in his bag because he's getting knocked out early. Now, Jackie, no offense, but didn't you say the same thing about Dillian White is going to knock out Itauma? Just saying.
But in respect to her, Marco, if Canelo win this fight, I believe he has to knock Bud Crawford out early, because if it goes into deep waters, it's going to be a problem.
Why? Canelo's won plenty of fights by 12-round decisions.
In fairness, there's been plenty of fights Canelo came to the ring 5 rounds up.
Amen.
Well, that's the world we live in. I don't know. I don't think. Why is this fight any
Hey,
different?
Bob, you need to actually go up to the phone because you sound like you're yelling at us from down the shining hallway.
Oh, sorry, I'm on my computer. I'm away from it.
You sound so far away.
Oh,
Is
his
this better?
microphone settings must
better.
be weird.
You're muted, Marco.
I was talking to my kids, so I'm shut up.
I'll check out.
It was
Hold
on
up.
purpose. What? Don't agree with what what that talker just said. LOL.
Oh, she's saying like
Hey.
she don't think that's the only way Canelo can win.
I
Hey,
believe that's what Roy Jones was commenting about. He said that Canelo has one way to win, and to me, that one way is getting Bud while he's dry. And apparently, everyone believes that Bud is this slow starter, but Canelo,
He is. He's always been a slow starter. What are you talking about?
he's except I guess his last couple fights. You know,
No, he's always been a slow starter. That's insane. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Are we talking about the
okay,
same fighter?
So
yeah. I mean,
Come
listen,
on, man. His whole career.
Bud
Look, I'm
has
a Bud fan. I'm a Bud. No. I'm not even a Bud fan. I'm a Bud fanatic. I'm
okay.
a
So if you're a
Buddyac.
Bud fanatic, if you're a
But
Bud
You
I'm
don't
fanatic,
have,
realist.
but you don't
if you're a
have Bud
Bud fan,
winning,
what
do you?
what
No,
what
but I'm rooting
round?
for him because he's
What
the
round
underdog.
did Bud knock Earl Spence down in? What round was the first knockdown?
Wasn't it the second?
second round.
I think second or third.
Second round with a jab.
Second
Yeah,
round with a
power jab.
shotgun jab, power
Yeah, that was
jab. Yep.
beautiful.
So
Hmm.
here's the thing, right, Marco? And you know I have to jump in. I completely respect, whichever side you're picking. Respect to whichever side you want, and you're gonna rock with your fighter, whoever you believe it is. I do understand what Mo Frazier is saying because Mo, in me knowing him in the short time I've known him, he's a boxing fan in general, and he'll just whether he likes the fighters or not, he'll call it kind of down the middle just based on information.
Mhm.
And if you look at the information, there's a reason why a lot of people do question, can Terrence Crawford do this? Will he be able to move up? But it isn't the wash that and I understand what he was saying about how if you're gonna downgrade Canelo to make Crawford seem like, oh, he could do this, then it sounds like you're hoping for him to do it.
Hmm.
If you want to make a strong argument that he can do it, then back it with actual information. And the first question I want to ask the panel, including you, Marco, is what opponent has Bud Crawford ever faced in his entire career that matches anything that Canelo has been in his entire career?
He's fought like half of Sean Porter and maybe half of Errol Spence and maybe a quarter of certain people might all add up to what Canelo is.
I've heard people say Jose Benavidez Jr., and I don't really
That's a
Nah,
good
see
one.
the
nah,
comparison.
I
nah,
mean, that's not
nah,
bad in the toughness sense.
nah,
So
nah,
then
nah,
now before
nah.
because I'm sure Alan will say something. Now the reverse question will be, what in the and I want to make sure I get this correct because sometimes when you downgrade a fighter like a Canelo, you fail to mention he's only lost twice. No matter what you believe, he's only lost twice. Happens to be with TBE, and the other one was him moving up with at one point the pound for pound number, or it still is the pound for pound number 4 best fighter currently in Dimitri Bivol. Those are the 2 times he lost. So when I ask this question and I say, what fighters have Canelo fought in the 67 fights he's already fought
Mhm.
at a younger age than
Mhm.
Terrence Crawford that can emulate anything that Terrence Crawford will bring to the table on
That's a
September
great.
13th?
I mean, that's a great question. Let me just point out the fact that 41 of those fights were in bars in Tijuana. So really, if we're looking at it, he's probably had about 25 to 26
No. Okay,
actual
no.
fights.
Let's
And
be
he lost
specific.
Triple
Let's be
G.
specific.
But
Let's be
that,
specific.
and he lost
Okay.
The
Triple
first
G.
39 fights you could say maybe is bars in Tijuana, if you
Mhm.
want to say that. But I don't think Alfonso Gomez, his 39th fight, is a bar in Tijuana. Matthew Hatton wasn't a bar in Tijuana.
Yes.
Lovermore
Okay.
Envy with his 36th fight was not a bar in Tijuana. Carlos Baldemir in his 35th fight was not in Tijuana. So
Hey,
again,
no,
I can go
Reyes,
on and on. I can
check
go
this
on
out,
and
Reyes.
on.
Check this out,
Yeah.
Reyes. Look, all right, let's discount those 20 rounds, those 20 fights, like he just said, because they were just bums and bar fights in Tijuana. So that means that he's the fresher fighter of the two, then, right? He's had less wear and tear Because he was
No, no,
fighting
no.
bums in
He's
Tijuana.
not. He's not. He's not
Oh,
the
okay,
fresher. No, no,
okay.
no. He's not the
All right,
fresher
okay, that,
fighter.
okay, okay.
But I
Okay,
do
that's what
agree
I
that
thought.
guys do age in the ring, not outside the range. But I believe Canelo has been on this consistent 3-fight schedule over I'm not sure how many years. And I just believe that older guys, they don't have to fight that much versus young guys who need to stay sharp. And so for in Bud Crawford's case, I really don't care because I believe that both of these guys I believe Bud is a high IQ guy. Canelo is a really good IQ guy as well. So I don't think it comes down to who's fresher. I mean, this fight's going to come down to tactic, and I don't care about that. I also don't care about resumes because resumes don't put on gloves. So people love to throw out their resume stuff. In this fight, resumes don't matter. Resumes don't matter.
If
Okay?
I
resumes
disagree.
don't
I think
matter, then
resumes
why bring
totally
up?
matter.
No,
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 they
hold
don't.
on,
Yeah.
Mo. Hold on, Mo. If resumes don't matter, then again, nobody still answered the question, Marco,
Mhm.
right? In terms of what I asked. But Alan, let me just say this.
Sure.
If you say the words resume don't matter, then don't bring up the fact when you first said, oh, well, like about 40 of those first
Mhm.
fights were bumps in Tijuana, when I literally named you actual names of people, Carlos Baldemir, former world champion, like none of these were bumps. So
Well,
again, we
Carlos
got to go.
Baldemir kind
Baltimore
of
he
not a
wasn't
Yeah,
a
he's a
bum.
bum.
world champion. He's a
He
world
wasn't a
champion.
bum.
He's
He
a
He's a
world
wasn't
world
a bum.
champion.
champion only
He's
because
a world champion, Marco. He's a world
Zab
champion.
Judah took the fight off. Come on.
He's a world
He-
champion, Marco. Then okay, no,
he's
no,
not.
no, no.
Baltimore's not a
No.
bum,
Let's
but
not move the goalpost that way because if Terrence Bud Crawford gets destroyed, let's just throw this narrative out. If he gets destroyed on September 13th, is everyone going to say, "Oh, well, we should"? You know what? Of course, Canelo. He was the bigger fighter.
No, I'm
no,
just
no,
Right
no,
saying
now,
that
no, no,
Carlos
no.
Baldemir is the same level as Rolly for champion, which shouldn't be. That's all I'm
Facts.
saying.
okay, but are you
Facts.
saying
Facts.
that Carlos
Facts.
Baldemir? Are
Facts.
you saying that Carlos Baldemir or Rolly is a bum in Tijuana the way Alan's making it sound?
No, I don't
No,
ever call fighters bums.
no, I didn't. But I never even mentioned bums. I just said that
Yeah,
Canelo
I
first.
used the word bum. I
Oh, was
personally
Ah,
that
used
you,
it.
Mo.
I
Mo? My bad,
interjected it.
Damn
Alan.
it,
It was
Mo.
you. It was you, Mo. Okay.
Damn it, Mo.
Okay, so but here's my thing. Like I said, I don't really care about resumes for this high level. At this level, with these two fighters, it don't matter what they've done. You know, it don't matter. We already know these dudes. These are two legends. They've been through the gauntlet. They've been through it. They know how to fight. So it comes down to styles. And for me, stylistically,
Hello?
this is a dramatic mismatch for Canelo. Every guy, and you say he only have two L's, cool. But every guy that gave him a look, not even similar, because I don't think we've ever seen a guy like Bud Crawford before. But anybody who provided a look gave Canelo hell. Austin Trout, Lara, Bivol, Floyd Mayweather, Triple G. All of these guys gave him a particular look foundationally with their skill set, great jabs, good feet, really good thinkers. Canelo had serious problems, and especially listen with the Austin Trout bout. Most people can't name one round other than the round he got buzzed in, where Canelo actually looked really good in. Southpaw Austin Trout. And I believe Trout came into the ring 5 rounds down because they needed to make the Floyd Mayweather Canelo bout. So he had no shot at that fight. No shot. And I think it was the open scoring scheme that they had in process. Soon as they released the scores, Austin Trout had to kind of jump out of his rhythm, and that's where he got buzzed. But I think that
I think
Uh,
Canelo is coming into this fight 5 rounds up too, and I think Bud's gonna have to box the absolute perfect fight, and he's gonna have to win 7 rounds. He's gonna have to work
And
every minute of those 12 rounds
nah,
to win those 7.
nah,
I agree.
and
this is a
Mo, that's a valid point, by the way. I
I don't
mean, what
agree.
what you guys are saying, that's a very valid point because let's just say that is what happens, right? There's already the judges are humans; they're not robots. There's already this growing narrative that, oh man, I don't know how he could do it. Canelo's bigger. So let's say he is 5 rounds up. Then that question becomes: can Terrence Crawford perform the most perfect game plan he's ever performed. Because Alan, there's no world where we're all sitting here saying to ourselves, "Oh, Terrence Crawford is going to destroy Canelo." That world doesn't exist, brother. It doesn't exist. The
I'm not
world
saying
of
that.
we hope Terrence Crawford does really well and good enough to beat Canelo exists, but destroying, there's no world that anyone believes. I mean, believe me, bro. I'm here in Vegas. The odds for Crawford to knock out Canelo is so high that it's almost worth it to put money in there. But one thing I know is if Canelo's never been knocked down, what makes me think that Terrence Crawford could even knock him down, much less knock him out?
But
So,
Canelo,
like I said, there's no world that exists that
Crawford
Crawford
doesn't need to
will
knock
destroy
him
Canelo.
out because Canelo's already proved he conceded against Bivol. He conceded the fight, said you got it. And you can't say he didn't. He was like, you got it. I ain't going to really try to win. I'm just going to end up, go to the 12. You can have the victory. That's what he's going to do against Bud. That's my prediction. He's going to concede the fight. He's going to be like, yeah, he's piecing me up. You got it. And he's going to let him win the fight. That's why you don't have to knock him out. Because Canelo ain't going to come after him. He's going to concede like he did against Bivol. And ain't nobody say he didn't concede against Bivol.
He did, yeah, you're right. At least it felt that way in those last 4 rounds of that fight.
He just laid on the ropes. He just laid on the ropes.
Yep.
Earmuffed it and let Bivol pop off on him like Rover Redenbacher.
He kind of did the same thing in the first Triple G fight, which we all think he fucking lost that, right?
We know
the first Triple G fight.
We know Triple G beat
he lost.
What's up there, Fun Truck?
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome. What's going
Is
on?
Canelo closer to being his Hall of Fame form or washed? And I'm saying he's closer to being washed.
What is
I think they're both closer to being washed.
What
than
is
they are
why
Hall of
How
Fame
come your
form.
super chats aren't working? Because CJ Rich just put $5.
Yeah.
I'm just paying attention.
No,
I don't know why.
Here's what it is. It's not shooting through StreamYard. But when I look over at, so everybody, if you send it, I appreciate it. If I don't see it, it's not because I'm ignoring you. StreamYard is not shooting it over. But let me put CJ's. Appreciate you, CJ. Original recipe 5-piece. Shout out to the panel. Great debate. Y'all got it. Jackie was wrong. Hashtag she was. Okay. See, now it is. See, now it pops up. It's delayed. So again, apologies. I'm not ignoring you guys. All right. Yeah, man. I was saying what makes us think that they're on the decline? What have they done recently?
They're old. They're age.
Nah,
That's it for me. For me, that's it.
He would have destroyed Berlanga. He would have destroyed Berlanga in his prime.
I think they're both in neutral. Honestly.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with Bob on that one.
Come on, these average dudes lasting 12 rounds, and y'all act like he was doing something. He would have killed them bums. Them dudes should have never been lasted 6 rounds against old Canelo. He's on the decline. Y'all just admit it.
Well,
I think they're both on the decline.
Somebody's mic is messed up, Marco.
Somebody's has a lot
somebody's
of
mic. I don't know if it's low or somebody's.
No, it's not mine. That's not mine. That's somebody's music in the background. That's not mine. I'm not gonna wear that jacket.
I think
That's crazy low here.
I think both fighters are in cruise control. I mean,
yeah, that was low. I just muted him and it went away.
Yeah,
I think low.
Yeah, Marco, I think they're both in cruise control. Like they're at a point where a particular fighter, it doesn't really matter who it is not going to beat Bud or Canelo. You got to be high level. I mean, if they fought, for example, if Canelo or Bud fought Conor McGregor or a Belt Berto, they'll knock those guys out early.
I'm still stuck on on the fact that you guys think that they're both declining. I mean, okay, Crawford didn't look great against Madrimov, so maybe that's an argument for it. But other than that,
Who said Bud was declining?
Both. I maybe I'm mistaken. Didn't a few you say that both fighters were not?
I did. Mo did.
Mo did. So
I don't think Bud declined.
Because
I think Canelo declined.
Bud's fight right before Madrimov was the best performance of his career. Now, granted, that was 2-3 years ago. And Canelo, how can we tell he's declining when he's the last 2 guys he fought ran like Carl Lewis?
I'm gonna tell you why I think he declining. It's widely like considered that his last like great fight was versus Caleb Plant. I think
just because it was a knockout.
No, that's the fight he really had to like go in. Like he really had to go in there and win. Like he didn't have to. try versus Berlanga. He didn't have to try versus Mugia. He didn't.
So
Well, that
you
was
don't
the
believe
last
that he didn't have to
champion
try
that he
versus
beat, right?
John Ryder? No. I just want to ask Yayan
Uh-huh.
because that. I mean, I understand the point. So you don't think he Canelo in front of 90,000 people at AT&T had to try against John Ryder? You don't think he had to try against Canelo Charlo? You don't think he had to try
Fuck
against
no.
Jaime Munguia,
Charlo?
who was a former world champion?
No.
I mean, like, come on, man. Don't say he didn't have to try. He was definitely trying.
Okay.
You know, like
At some point it was essentially a sparring match, and not because these guys, couldn't punch or whatever it
What was a
was,
sparring
but
match?
With Charlo?
it's because, as you know, Marcos, is levels to boxing, and tactically and from a skill set, none of those guys was on that level. And like I said, Bivol didn't beat Canelo with power. He beat him with skills. Skills pay the bills.
Well, he beat him with
McGill,
size, in
huh?
my opinion. He beat him
You
with
say what?
size, in my opinion.
Nah, his skills and size.
It was skills, man. It was all skills. All skills.
I
All of the
I,
fights,
I
all of the
saw
fights,
range. I saw a
they're
lot of range. I also
And that's
saw.
another thing too.
I also
no
saw
one's gonna
Canelo.
outpower Canelo.
I did see
Bivol beat
Canelo.
Canelo with skills also. It wasn't just size, it was skills
Exactly.
because Canelo had faced size before when he took on Kovalev and he knocked him out.
That's
And I'm
exactly what I
gonna
was just gonna make.
and I'm gonna say something real controversial right now. It's gonna get a lot of people in their feelings right now. I've been said before this fight was even a conversation. I said if Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez were naturally the same size, I still pick Canelo. People are looking at what Bud does. Bud is gifted. Canelo has better fundamentals. Canelo has better defense. Bud is more athletic. He's more physically gifted on that spectrum. But when it comes to fundamentals, defense, moving your head, Canelo has the edge. Canelo
And
is not some walking robot. People are talking about him like he's just some big guy that comes forward. People forget Canelo started his career at 140 pounds. To be able to dominate
He was
these
15.
types of weight classes, it takes a level of skills.
Yo, but
You can't just be, what's
Lita,
up?
he was 15 though. Come on, let's not.
It
Get
doesn't
that.
matter. It doesn't matter. He was in there pro. It doesn't matter, Marco. He was still in there pro at 15 years old at 140 pounds, bro. And mind you, he's not even tall. He doesn't have the height of these guys that are even at 154. Canelo has the height.
Let me real quick. My bad, Lola. Let me hit up the super chat. McLovin it. Appreciate you. An original recipe 5-piece. Again, StreamYard is shooting these through weird, but whatever.
Yeah, Crawford's inactivity is going to be
hold on,
very
let me read this, please.
interesting to see.
Relax on
He's been
Bivol.
fighting once a year for the last 5
Let me read
years,
the
and
super
now
chat real quick.
it's going to be over 365 days since his last bout. And I think that's
This nigga in a word of his own.
Hey, let me just read the super chat first. I was in the middle of it. Then I want to hear what you have to say, okay? Relax on Bivol. Lost later. We found out Canelo was injured. Bud gets knocked out. Okay. Go ahead, Fun Truck.
Hey, I just have two things to say. I think people are giving Crawford a lot of they're saying that he's very special, and that's giving him the benefit out of the doubt in this fight, and he's going to be competitive. But everybody's forgetting that Canelo is a very, very special fighter as well. When you look at the exchanges between Golovkin and Bivol, like Canelo was not losing those exchanges against somebody his size or bigger. So when I think about Crawford is a special fighter, but his waist is too small. You know, I think he's just too small and inactive. Those are the two my two thoughts on this fight.
So Fun Truck, I don't know if you've heard me say this, how I met both of them together in person. And Canelo looked smaller than Crawford in person.
Yeah, but
weirdly enough.
in the ring, when you lose your weight and you're in fighting shape, Crawford's waist is small, and he's a smaller fighter. His bone structure is smaller. Canelo's got huge fucking shoulders, and his waist is not that small.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. In person, I didn't see his waist, but I saw the shoulders and the bone structure. Crawford looked bigger. That's what fucked me up. Because I thought like you, like, oh, Crawford's a smaller dude. Didn't look that way in person. But again,
the thing is with Crawford, he has a lanky build, right? This is a guy who was able to squeeze down to 135 at some point. Canelo wasn't, because he don't have that kind of build.
Well, he was 140,
Yeah,
but
Canelo could never physically get down to 130 pounds.
no. Well, I mean, maybe at 15 he was 140. So I mean, but not as an adult. No, he couldn't.
No, Canelo,
But
like
yeah,
I said
these
before,
two guys are put together differently.
But
That's what he's trying to say.
But
That's
people
all.
have been saying for
Uh,
years that Crawford walks around at
Crawford's
180.
body will allow him to get down to 140 pounds now, maybe 150 pounds, like a fat-free. When you step on a scale and it gives you your body metrics, you can tell your body fat-free is 153 pounds. I think Canelo's body fat-free, meaning all muscle, 0% fat, would be around 100, slightly heavier than Crawford's 160. And I just think that he's just too strong and too big.
this is what I will say about the fight. If Canelo wins the fight, which I'm favoring him to win, I'm not going with the naysayers that they're going to say he's not going to get credit. I'm going to give Canelo all the credit in the world for winning this fight because people are not giving him a chance. The way they're talking about him, the way they're bigging up Bud, and Bud is a great fighter, make no mistake about it. But I'm not going to say, oh, well, he was supposed to win because he was bigger. If Canelo Alvarez beats Bud Crawford, this is going to probably be maybe arguably his biggest win based on the fact that Bud Crawford is a number one pound for pound type of fighter for years, based on the fact that people were bigging him up like the Terminator, and rightfully so, because Bud Crawford from 147 to 135 puts everybody in the pine box to this day, easily. From Jerron Ennis to Brian Norman Jr. to Tio to Tank, all of them brutally knocked out, all of them. So Bud Crawford deserves the hype, but to make him a favorite, let them do that, because like I said before, Canelo for me is already above Chavez as the greatest Mexican of all time. And Chavez is in my top 12 all-time great. So that means Canelo, for me, if he beats Bud Crawford, might crack the top 10 or top 12, in my opinion. And if Bud Crawford beats Canelo, I'll throw Bud in the top 15 because Bud's resume doesn't have the depth. But either way, Canelo's going to get credit. I don't want to hear nobody talk junk about him. This is not Amir Khan. This is not Kell Brook. There's a difference when you're beating a small guy that's solidified as the Terminator. Bud Crawford is the Terminator from 135 to 147. So Canelo deserves all the credit in the world.
Well, but all that sounds great. That sounds amazing. But the truth is, he is smaller, at least on paper, and people are not going to ignore that if he loses.
But listen to the naysayers on YouTube. Listen to the average. Get 10 YouTube channels together, right? Including 10 boxing experts that's in the field, right? And I guarantee you're gonna hear people picking Bud Crawford as well. This is not like 8 guys. Put it this way: people give Bud Crawford more of a chance at beating Canelo than they were giving Tio to beat Bud Crawford, and I agree with that because Bud Crawford earned it with the consistency. So this is not a mismatch. We're not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, no, we're giving them the credit." You put 10 guys in the panel, 10 boxing experts in there, and I guarantee you're not going to have all 10 picking one guy. You're going to have people picking Bud. You're going to have people picking Canelo. So we're going to keep that same energy. Fuck the size. If Marvin Hagler would have beaten Sugar Ray Leonard, he would have gotten all the praise in the world coming off a 3 years layoff. So we're giving Canelo all the credit in the world if he beats Bud Crawford.
I tell you what, I would give Canelo more credit for beating Bud than I would give Bud for beating Canelo. Because once again, and this is me, I just don't see Canelo being that good anymore. Bud Crawford is that good.
the
He's that
fuck?
special.
No,
Based off of what? How do you?
he has a right to
How
feel
you
that
gonna
way.
leave
There's a lot of
out
people that
knocked
feel
out
that way.
after for Canelo?
Low, real
He
quick.
proved my point. The
Real
guy
quick.
just proved my point.
Look at the screen, guys. I did a poll. It has 10,000 votes. And this was after the press conference, but just this gives an idea of who they think is going to win. And my poll says out of 10,000 votes, 45% believe Crawford's going to win,
Can I ask
There
you a
you go.
question, Marco?
which is close. Go ahead.
Are you genuinely surprised that those are the odds, or that's what the?
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. And I'm not even sure I disagree with it or agree with it. No, I'm not. I'm not surprised because Bud has been looked at as like Superman since the Errol Spence fight.
Believe it or not, this takes away from Bud's win. If he
Look,
beats Canelo, this is not.
When I saw him in person, though, that's when it turned me around. I went from choosing Canelo for sure to now, I don't know, I'm 50-50.
Fair enough.
But on paper, yeah, you think, well, this guy's jumping up fuck that one fight against Madrimov. He's a career welterweight, not career, but he had the last 10 years or whatever. He's a welterweight. You don't change weight classes at 37 and say his body's growing into it. No, he's a welterweight. So you're jumping up 3 weight classes. Like, there's no way he could hurt a guy who couldn't be hurt by light heavyweights. That's what I thought. I still think he can't hurt him, but can he beat him? Can he outbox him? You know, and Crawford doesn't move like that. He doesn't dance. This is going to be in the pocket like car keys.
That's what
He could dance. He's done it before. He moved around against Victor Postal when he got on his back foot. Bud could do that, but at the weight,
we're not going to see a Charlo. We're not going to see a Berlanga even. You know,
that's just not his temperament.
No.
He's a dog. He's a junkyard dog.
Right.
This takes away from Bud's win. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I don't want to hear nobody kissing ass. I don't mean to curse. I don't want to get you flagged. I don't want to hear nobody deriding. Like, oh my God, this is the biggest win in boxing history. No, y'all were picking this man to body bag Canelo. So I don't want to hear that. This is not Roberto Duran beating Sugar Ray Leonard. This is not Sugar Ray beating Marvin Hagler because y'all made it this way. A lot of y'all made it this way. Just remember that. So I don't want to hear afterwards. This is one of the best wins in boxing. I don't want to hear that because the way people are picking Bud Crawford, nah, man, we ain't doing that.
Somebody in the channel compared this to Hagler. It might have been Reyes, I believe, to Hagler versus Leonard. Somebody compared it.
Nah.
You can't lie. I see Canelo on the decline. I'm not going to lie and be like he's not on the decline. You can see it. He's clearly.
I agree with you on that. I do agree on that, but still.
Can you
I already
elaborate?
said Jaime Munguia got knocked out by a Frenchman after Canelo. He went the whole rounds with Canelo.
Yeah.
We can't really go by that now. We can't go by that, bro. We can't really go by that. Guys get damaged.
Because listen,
guys get damaged.
Bob, the guy who knocked him out had 4 knockouts out of 30 fights. Like, that was more surprising in itself.
Yeah, but we can't go by that, Marco.
Munguia.
Some guys get damaged in fights, bro.
Canelo's been knocking out, but he can't anymore because he's on the decline.
Well, this is the first fighter, Bob. This is the first fighter he's fighting that's his weight or arguably smaller. All these other guys who he couldn't knock out have all been bigger, naturally bigger.
He put them down at least.
Munguia out anyway. Munguia's not a great fighter. I don't care if he weighed 400 pounds.
He's
The
not
old
good.
Canelo.
No, Munguia's not great. Munguia's not great, but
you can't knock somebody out doesn't mean like
that means you're on the decline. Don't be talking about how hard Canelo punches anymore. Everybody, they punching so hard, then why didn't he knock out them guys?
You're right. But
Yeah,
Bob,
but
Bob hitting a natural welterweight is going to be different.
there you go, Marco. I was just gonna say that.
It's going to be different.
I was just gonna say that. It's a big difference. He's not fighting guys that coming in weighing 200 pounds. These are once again smaller guys moving up.
Like 6'1" and like 200, and he still dropped them. But you know, like it's hard.
Guy
to
on that
knock out.
snack program who's been preparing for this, he got the real weight on him. Let's be real. He's been wearing them snack shirts.
And that got nothing to do with your chin, though.
Rounds. Yeah, I mean,
that got nothing to do with your chin, bro.
But you know, Jaime Munguia and Berlanga both made technical mistakes that got them knocked down. It wasn't like it was in the middle of something. They made amateur mistakes. And
Wait,
got
hold
knocked
on.
down.
What did Berlanga's amateur mistake that made him get knocked down? What was it?
Oh, he pulled straight back.
Nah, man, Canelo set that up. He set that up. He went down and went up top.
He pulled straight back. Straight back.
You're just hating now. You got it.
I'm not hating. There's nothing to hate about. I mean, Berlanga is not very good, Marco. Like, let's be honest.
I'm with you 1,000%. But I saw Canelo. I'm with you. He should have never had that fight. But you know, you got to give Canelo props where it's due.
No. He gets props. I've never called Canelo a bum, and I'm with someone here that he's probably one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. But at the end of the day, there is levels, Marco. You know, there's levels. A B fighter will never lose to a C fighter.
Okay.
You know? Well, and the gap between A and B is usually significant in the sport of boxing.
So Canelo and Crawford, are they both A? Is one a B? What do we
I believe Canelo is the B fighter, and I believe Crawford
That's
is
ridiculous. That's
Knock it off.
ridiculous.
How could arguably he's been in the top 5 pound for pound for 10 years? How could he be not an A fighter?
Who, Canelo?
Yeah.
Canelo's currently number 7
I've never
on the ring.
When was the last time Canelo
on
was
the
in
ring?
top 5
Excuse
pound
me,
for pound?
top 10 for the last 10 years, if not number 1 for a lot of those years. You can't.
But arguably, Marco, he probably shouldn't be in the top 10 pound for pound.
Oh my goodness.
This guy.
Why
Fucking
should he
A.
be
You
top 10
hating,
pound
bro,
for pound
now.
right
That's
now?
rough,
That's
man. I don't know,
unreasonable.
Real.
Marco.
Yo, Marco
Is there a
Canelo.
timeout
Okay, wait,
period?
let's do this. Hold on. Let's
Is
hear
there
it
a
out.
timeout period for someone saying something like that, bro? Just
No.
Yo,
really
y'all
For
just
real,
love
for real.
Canelo. You're
Why
not
don't
watching the man
Alan?
fight.
Why don't you back up? Who is ahead of Canelo right now, pound for pound? You got to give me 10 now because you said he's not doesn't even belong there.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't even believe David Benavidez in the top 10 pound for pound?
Yup.
Yes, he is. He's
He's
number
number
9.
10.
Yup.
Or, no, I think he's number 10.
He's number
Okay.
10.
Okay, Mo.
Number 10 or number
Which
9,
means
either or.
that.
Hold
Which
on,
means
real
that.
quick. Let me hit up the queen again. Another extra crispy 20 piece. I'll donate 200 to the channel if Crawford somehow wins.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow, Jackie.
Wow. Now, Jackie,
That's a
we're
bet, actually.
at 3. We have 7 more to hit the goal. Come on, guys, let's hit this goal, please. All right, go ahead, Alan. And somebody needs to turn their phone off.
Somebody mute, please. Whoever's phone's ringing.
Go ahead, Alan. Let's hear the 10 that are
Benavidez
better
is
than
not in the
Canelo.
top 10. It's not.
All right, so you want me to go through 10 off head, okay?
You're about to get mobbed because you can't come up with I want to hear this. Maybe
I'm not gonna. I mean, there's some guys in there that I don't like, and we've talked about this. I don't want to go through that, and I don't want to feel like I don't want you to think I'm
think you
backing
should
off
get
the
10.
topic.
You don't want to go
I'm
through it
just
because you
not-
can't, bro. There's
I mean,
nobody.
You just said
just not-
Canelo's a
just-
B-level fighter.
Huh?
You said Canelo's a B-level fighter.
Yeah,
Right.
he's B level today. Yes, he's B level today.
well,
Explain.
to me, it's more that you just say he doesn't belong in the top 10. So I'd really love to know who's ahead of him.
And
Like,
I believe he's fringe. So I believe
you got the usual suspects, Bud,
Yeah.
Inoue. They're there obviously, but after those 3 or 4, who else is ahead of him?
Bam.
Shakur.
Shakur.
I'm gonna help him. Hey, Marco, I'm gonna
Shakur?
help him out. I'm gonna help him out because he doesn't have the list,
Go
right?
ahead.
So I'll help
Yeah,
you
I
out.
don't
Bro.
have my list
Okay,
prepared right now. No.
Yeah, number 1 is Usyk. Number 2 is Inoue. Number 3 is Crawford. Number 4 is Bivol. Number 5 is Baturviev. Number 6 is Bam. Number 7 is Nakatani. Number 8 is Canelo. Number 9 is Shakur. And number 10 is Benavidez. So who would you like to put in to kick out Canelo?
I would put Tio.
Oh, good Jesus.
Oh my God! All
I
right,
would put
bro.
Tio in there. I would
Hey,
put Tio in there.
time out, Marco.
I would put Tio in
Time
there.
out.
Oh,
He
I'm
just
gonna
likes
put
to hear
Tio in there
himself talk.
because, and I'm gonna
Lord.
tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Lord help us.
Tio, let me tell you, Tio has a most recent lineal bout. A most recent lineal bout against Josh Taylor and made him look crazy. Going up in weight, to me, that solidified him as a top 10 pound for pound fighter versus Canelo has done absolutely nothing in years to solidify himself at the lineal level.
Just becoming an undisputed champion again isn't.
Come on.
nothing?
So are we gonna
Stop,
we're gonna
Marco.
legitimize him beating this guy?
Come
We're
on.
gonna
So
that's
it
a
doesn't count?
legitimate
Okay.
is that a legitimate lineal title fight?
No, it wasn't.
Him
Not a
literally beating everybody he's ever faced except of course Floyd, and then losing to a light heavyweight which is way bigger than him.
Who might be the best light heavyweight
How many?
Yes,
Listen,
after beating
of this
light
era.
heavyweight,
So-
a year before that.
Never getting
how
dropped.
Many, so
Never
how
even
many
getting
top
hurt,
10?
really.
So how many
Wow.
guys you can really, like historically speaking, how many guys can you legitimately put in your top 10 pound for pound who's at the moment and you're pushing undefeated guys out
Okay,
with lineal
Here's what we're
status?
saying.
Hold on, Marco, give me a second. How
Okay.
many guys can you put top 10 that has multiple draws, possible losses, multiple losses in
A
your
lot.
top 10 and say that, okay, this guy should be there, even though he hasn't even fought his mandatories?
Just okay. You said Tio, though. Let's stick to the topic. Tio has half.
He's
the
already
fight.
wrong. He's already wrong, Marco, because
Half
when
the
he
fight.
says, "Well, T.O. was the recent person to beat the lineal," wasn't Jermel Charlo the lineal 154 when
Yes.
Canelo beat the hell out of him?
Yeah.
So
At
no, you're
168.
wrong.
No.
already.
But
At
come on now.
No, it doesn't matter. It
That-
doesn't
no,
matter.
no,
You
no, no,
said
no,
Man,
no.
look,
it
I
doesn't
think he
matter.
was on the pound for
Argue
pound
the
list
other way.
too.
Hold
No,
on, hold on.
Jermell
One at a time.
Charlo
One at a
had
time.
already had losses,
just
man.
like Tio has 2 losses, Canelo has 2 losses, but we know the vast stark
Tio only
difference
lost
in their
once.
careers and their
Yeah,
resumes.
no, T.O. has just one fluke loss. Like
One?
Canelo
Oh yeah,
has
1, but should have had
legitimate.
2, really.
No, listen. Well, Canelo should have 4. maybe 5.
Well, who else beat
What?
Tio? You saying?
Okay, so
That
so
dude where
should-
he's like, do I still got it? Some people thought that.
Canelo should have
okay,
4,
okay.
maybe 5.
yes,
4 or
yes.
5.
He lost
4
to
or
Triple G.
5.
He lost
Triple
to
G,
Triple
I
G
agree with.
twice.
Honestly,
Okay,
I
yeah,
agree with
okay,
Triple
I'll give
G.
you that. So
Triple,
that would
Triple
be
G beat him twice.
that would be 1.
Nah, I
Name
got
Triple
4
G,
more.
Triple G beat him twice.
Twice.
Bivol, Floyd Mayweather, that's 4. And to me, that Austin Trout is real sketch.
But just to say that Tio
Oh,
accomplished.
Lara, did we forget Lara?
But how can you say that Canelo accomplished less than Tio? It's insanity.
No, I'm talking about most recently.
No,
I'm
but-
talking about as of right
But
now.
that's the whole
recently.
thing, Alan. Is your arguments going against you? Because revision is history, bro. I can tell you right now that Josh Taylor not only should not have been the lineal champion when he fought Tio, because you could go back to the watching the fights, bro. Catterall beat the shit out of Josh Taylor, and
I
everybody
agree.
knows
I
it. And
agree.
Catterall
I
should have been
agree.
the lineal
I
champion
agree.
at that point. So what
I
are we
agree.
talking about, bro?
I
Let's not do
agree
revision
with
is
you.
history.
I agree with that.
Big
But
shout to
Josh
my man.
Taylor was a pound for pound guy versus
And
Jaime
so is
Munguia.
Charlo. So
No,
is
no, no, I'm
Charlo.
talking- but
And,
what about
Canelo beat
what
Charlo
about
after.
Munguia? What
Canelo
about
has way
Berlanga?
more big victories. Come on.
What about
way
Munguia?
more.
What about who was the last pound for pound fighter Canelo fought?
Charlo was
Charlo's not
Bivol?
a pound.
Alan,
Stop
Alan,
lying.
hold on,
Stop
Alan.
lying.
Bivol was
Alan,
pound for pound.
Hold on 1 second. I'm with you. In recent times, I think Canelo's choices are I hate his choices of opponents. I agree with that. But to not say Tio's above him pound for pound, that's a little
Right
wild.
now, today, yes.
Nah.
Right now, today.
Nah.
No,
Right
no,
now,
bro.
today.
No,
Because
no.
okay, so let's make this clear. If Bud beat Canelo, he's falling out the top 10 pound for pound easily, right?
Canelo does? I don't know.
No,
No.
So he doesn't fall
Why would someone fall out of the pound for pound
For losing
if
to the
the
number
number
1
8
pound for
pound for
pound.
pound
Because
fighter
your number-
fought the number 3 pound for pound fighter?
Right.
Somehow the number 8 pound for pound fighter who took a chance fighting the number 3 pound for pound fighter gets to
Okay,
fall
so-
out?
Okay, so where is Errol Spence on everyone's pound for pound list?
Go on.
He hasn't fought.
He's inactive.
He hasn't fought. He has to be
Dude,
active.
he was inactive when he got
He has to be
dismantled.
active. It's been since 2023.
But he
Bro,
wasn't-
he has
he
to be
wasn't-
active.
He wasn't on the pound for pound list a week after getting beat up.
Let me read this real quick. This is Oval Office. Appreciate you. He says Canelo and 5. Appreciate you. Extra crispy 2-piece. Yeah, I mean, okay. So Tio, you have. Is there another fighter you have over Canelo that should be in that 10?
And again, I got
Boots Ennis. Jerron Boots Ennis.
Nah. Boots. I
Jerron
can't put
Boots
no. I
Ennis.
can't do boots. I can't do boots because
Why not? He's
Well, because
unified
I
at
do,
140.
because I do not legitimize the lineal fight against Stanionis.
So you
Okay.
legitimize the Charlo fight when he went up from 154. They
No.
like beat Charlo.
No, I'll say this. I'll say this. Boots have pound for pound skills, but Boots does not have pound for pound accomplishments.
Okay, so who's above Canelo? So that's all Tio? You think Tio should be there and that's it?
Yo,
Right
I just
now,
want to
today.
say real quick.
Right now today. Right now today.
You're acting like Tio did some crazy shit recently. He hasn't.
But is Devin
Yo,
Haney on pound for pound?
Can I say
right
something
now?
real quick?
Not to me. Go ahead. Yeah.
Why is Devin
I
Haney not
just
in
wanna
pound
say-
for pound right now?
Hold on.
No,
Talk.
no. Real quick, when Charlo and Canelo fought, Canelo was pound for pound number 5 and Charlo was 7. So that's probably the last pound for pound fighter he fought.
He came up 14 pounds. I guess that don't matter. That
It
don't
doesn't matter because you're
I
making a
don't think
bad
it matters.
point, bro.
Okay,
It
it don't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
He was
I'm gonna
supposed
tell
to
you
fight
why-
the brother. His
It
brother wouldn't
matters
fight.
to me.
He
This
said
is my
Charlo
entire
would fight.
point about if Canelo's watch is Crawford, are you guys gonna say,
no,
we should have seen
Canelo.
that coming?
No, because Charlo had losses. Everybody saw it was known hoes. No one has opened the treasure box of Bud Crawford. No one's seen how he could possibly
Okay, sure.
lose.
Yeah.
Charlo had
Yeah, we have.
losses.
In the
Porter had
Majima
him.
fight, what do you mean?
Porter
In the
had him on
Majima
the-
fight, he was getting
Majimov
smashed with
too.
right hands. Yeah.
There was not one point in the fight against Madrimov where I was thinking, okay, Bud in trouble.
No, he
It was
wasn't in
not one
trouble.
Did
point.
He
Charlo
was-
lose to Tony
Marco,
Harrison?
we should rewatch that
Did Charlo
Madrimov
lose to
fight,
Tony
bro.
Harrison?
Yo,
Madrimov-
wow, funny.
Dude,
Points were
Charlo
Madrimov
lose
piling
to
up like
Tony
the game of
Harrison.
Gallagher. The points were
Madrimov-
piling up.
Madrimov, the guy who was supposed to be the bigger fighter, was on his back foot for 12 rounds. 12 rounds. And yeah, he landed the
I'll be right
occasional
back.
right
Keep it going.
hand, but that
As I
occasional right
said,
hand was on the back foot, like no steam, no punch, no nothing. A pity
Charlo
pat
lost to
shot.
Tony Harrison, and now the Canelo fans like, I beat Charlo. I beat Charlo. Man, get
And
out
really,
of here.
he lost to Constano.
He did. But they want to claim that. Okay, that's a great win. Berlanga, that's a great win. Come
Not
on,
a
Yeah,
great
bro.
win,
no,
man.
them
When's
is
the
It's
not
not a
last
great
great
time
wins.
win.
Canelo looked great? I'm be real. When's the last time he looked great? Anybody? Name the
Yo,
fight.
Caleb
Who,
Plant.
Canelo?
And what year was that?
That was like 2021.
Okay. But he's great now. Canelo, he's still pound for
That's why
pound.
I agree. I
I'm
don't
not
think
watching this dude fight. He don't look great anymore. Just being truthful.
I
He
agree.
doesn't look great. He's a
Jersey
good
Bob,
fighter.
there's no,
He don't look great.
we're agreeing that the fight itself, and again, when I even came on, I said it's a 50-50 fight, which is what I'm just trying to say the narrative that if you argue you one way, you have to fairly argue the other way. So I don't disagree with things that you're saying, but when you say, well, when's the last time we saw Canelo look great? I can go reverse and go, well, the last time I saw Crawford look great was 2023 against Errol Spence. He did not look great against Madrimov. That's just fact.
You're right.
Well, he
looked better
only
than
had two
he
fights.
looked better than Canelo against whatchamacallit?
William Skull.
William Skull.
And real quick, guys, I want to do two things. I want to pump the Discord. Those of you who don't know, we have a Discord page now. So, those of you who are in different time zones or feel like talking boxing when, I'm not live, it just, the mood hits you. The Discord, please join it. It is in the chat now. And secondly, I am raffling off these Grant gloves. These gloves, as you guys all know, 1998. They're 8-ounce pro fight gloves, never used. One of the first models ever released by Grant. Super expensive, actually, and vintage. To join that raffle, you send $10 to either this PayPal address or this Cash App. Send 10, put your name, put Grant gloves. I need about 10 more entries. We got like 40 already or something like that, and we will raffle them off. As you guys know, Grant does not even sell gloves anymore. They stopped doing it to the public. So, okay.
Yo, I want to ask y'all a question. The ones who say he's still the same fighter, in the last couple years, y'all don't see no like decline in Canelo whatsoever.
No, and I'll tell you why, Yan. Because when he's hitting these dudes, they're running from him, not boxing him. They're running from him in the ring, running around the ring. So that was his last fight, and in the fight before, he just made a Charlo brother look like he can't even fight, and we're still trying to question: is he great? This cat made Charlo look like he can't fight.
Well, hold on, Adrian. But a lot of that was Charlo not fighting.
That's because he got hit. He got hit.
I agree, but I see what you're saying.
Hold on, one at a time, guys. But let me finish my point. I disagree. I think Charlo knew there's a size mismatch. He knew in his mind, I just want to survive. There's no shame because this is a mismatch to begin with. And he just jumped on he jumped in the Uber.
Charlo started boxing when he first started. It wasn't like he started running. When he got hit, in fact, even he got hit a few times, he was still okay. When he got dropped, the fight changed. He was like, I need to get on this bicycle. That's not a normal punch. I'm cool with that. Yeah, we just gonna survive this one. Before that, he was competitive. He was throwing shots. When he got lit up, that's when the fight changed. The same thing with our last fighter. So people doubting Canelo's skills.
I didn't see Charlo doing that shit. He was from Jump Street was doing that.
Hell no.
Dude, he didn't have. Do we even know his strategy? Like, at least we kind of know what William Skull was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, Mel Charlo, had no boxing strategy. He didn't even have a mentality to win in that fight.
Put on his track shoes. You know what I'm saying? Got on his city bike and
I think you need to rewatch that fight because Adrian not lying. Like the first couple rounds, he was trying to like box and stuff.
Maybe
so
you're
he
right.
got
I don't remember that.
The first couple rounds are fill out rounds.
He was
No,
trying to
Marco,
get
I was
it.
I
And
was
that's
there
when you
live,
Really
man,
felt it.
And
and you could see on Charles, you could see it on his face. Like he would get touched to the body, and he was like, "Oh, no, I don't want to
yeah,
fuck
it's
with
not
this
the
guy."
time that he got
And
dropped, right? The first punch he felt. It wasn't. They're saying it's when he got dropped. No, it was off the first
no,
round.
no, 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 no. I didn't say that. I said when again,
First,
like the
second
first couple
round, he was
rounds,
all right. He was all
exactly.
right.
He
Now,
started feeling that hot shit.
hey Marco,
Mm-hmm.
in fairness to the people, like in terms of the question, has Canelo lost it? In fairness to that question, we all know that power is the last thing that leave you. But in reference to the rest of his game, Canelo, he doesn't even throw combination punching. He doesn't throw combination punches. You know, he's so lazy with his technique. He walks straight in. His head stays on the line. He doesn't get skinny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Marco. He doesn't get skinny.
Yep.
Everything is square. Everything is flat footed. He doesn't really move his head much. You know, he just walks straight in.
He always been like that. Only
Well,
Nah,
time he
let me.
nah.
boxed was against Triple G and
That's a
Floyd.
fact.
But
Mm.
other than that, he squares up, the shoulders stay straight. It's not
Whew.
like he needs to bring that right shoulder back. He believes in his power and he believes in the Mexican style. And he it's true because when he hits these dudes, all that talk and all that YouTube typing that they do, it all goes out the door. So yeah, his power's there. He can still box. Not as well as Crawford because obviously Bivol outboxed him, and Bivol is a 1-2 fighter.
Yeah,
Meaning
he
he'll throw the
is.
jab and the 1-2. He's pretty basic, and that's it. That's all it is to
Hey,
it.
I want to make a quick point. You see how he just said he was basic? Why is there no uproar for Beaver? When we said Canelo had a basic style, everybody act like we was saying something crazy.
Well,
Right.
I also said that Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo in a basic, fundamental way. He didn't really do anything
And that's
spectacular.
what I'm saying. Exactly. But I was gonna say, like, I do think Canelo declined, but I'm not saying he declined like he just fell off a cliff. I think he declined maybe like if he was at 100, he probably at like 95, in my opinion. He
I,
still is a plus fighter, in my opinion.
I think
Yeah.
that his conditioning has dramatically fell off. I believe his mentality has dramatically. He's not as hungry as he used to be. You know, he's really lazy. You know, the game plan is out the window. He's really in there to try to win the fight in the first 4 to 5 rounds because
So
he knows that there's no way that the judges is going to give this guy any more rounds than me coming into the ring if they're on their back foot the entire fight.
hey, Alan. So
So
let's just go. Let's just go with the narrative that you're saying that. Well, Floyd, he basically just did basic stuff and he beat Canelo.
totally
So you're
basic.
telling me that from 2013 up until today, in your opinion, you have not seen Canelo grow in his fight game, whether it was because after Floyd, he beat Angulo, Lara, Kirkland, Cotto, Khan, Liam Smith, Chavez Jr., Golovkin's close, whatever you want to call it. I thought Golovkin beat him the first time,
Me too.
close the second time. Daniel Jacobs. I mean, Daniel Jacobs was amazing. He beat Daniel Jacobs. We could say Kovalev was old, but Caleb Smith.
Exactly.
We just watched Caleb Smith fight of the year in February. So he beat Caleb Smith in 2020. He beat Billy Joe Saunders in 2021. Beat Caleb Plant in 2021.
Mhm.
This is what I'm saying is you can't throw out a narrative that he's just basic when
Yeah,
I just
well,
told you all the people he smoked
I'm gonna
since
take.
well,
Floyd
I
Mayweather.
saw. I thought he lost to Lara. I saw leakage against Caleb Plant. I saw leakage against what's the my man name who he fractured his face?
Billy Joe
Billy
Saunders.
Joe. I saw
You saw
leakage.
leakage in
I
the
saw
man that he
leakage in that
fractured his
fight.
Real,
face.
real,
Wow.
real
I
quick,
did no. I
guys.
saw leakage in that fight.
Real
I
quick.
saw leakage. Huh?
Real quick. I'm seeing these super chats, but I didn't see them when they happened because StreamYard. But David Garcia, big up, extra 2-piece. Marco, you can't just let any idiot on the panel. Ooh, that's not very nice. CJ Rich, extra crispy 5-piece. Alan started off cooking. Then he put too much sauce on it. Shout out Reyes, even though we disagree on this one. Okay, and that was it. Yeah, Alan put a lot of. Alan had the whole panel going upside down.
Yo, I like what Rez was just saying. We never like having a basic style is not a bad thing,
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
and I want to say Canelo did grow tremendously from the Mayweather fight. He acquired some certain abilities that he was able to showcase. We're not saying he didn't. Having a basic style is doing a simple thing. What Canelo does is simple, but he does have layers to his simplicity.
Okay.
I just that some of those basic things are just not good fundamentally. Like staying square, keeping your head on the line, walking straight in, not boxing in, no technique when it comes to boxers, thinking you're just gonna throw wide punches to get a guy out of there. It doesn't work like that against everyone.
Truth. Look.
Exactly.
So let's do this right quick. I know we've done this before. Let's. Matter of fact, fuck this shit. I'm gonna put a poll right now. All right. I want the chat, even the panel, to say who wins Canelo versus Crawford. All right. And should I put a draw as one of the options, or should we just go straight one or the other? What do you guys think?
Yeah, put draw. But it's an option. You know what I'm saying? Really, you should put a poll in there saying is Canelo a shell of himself, or can he still
Let's
get
do this first. Okay. The poll has started. So you guys, please, let's see what happens. And even you guys in the panel, vote on the poll, because now we got about 70 in here. We get a good assessment on what people think.
Like Adrian just said, I wouldn't say he a shell of himself, but I think he declined slightly. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion,
I agree with you.
Let me ask this, because nobody can deny this. Canelo is super rich. So you guys are going to say he's hungry? He's super rich, not even a little bit rich.
Yeah, but Bob, but I get where you're going with that. Sorry to cut you off, but like that's assuming that he thinks like you might think, or somebody else might think. Like we don't know. Some people don't care about the money; they just want the competition. Some
you saw
people
him fight against. So he won the competition against the track runner, the last fight.
That was only because Turkey made him do it to set up the Crawford fight.
But that's showing he's not hungry.
No, it's showing.
What about Bud?
It's showing that he's following.
Yo, I'm gonna say this because
hold on, he's following Turkey's architecture. That's all it's showing.
Let me say this, like Jackie just said, is Bud not rich too? It's not that he's not rich. It's the mentality that we seen Bud has, in these past. Look what he said versus Canelo in the face-off. He was like, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in you just like the rest of them. It's the mentality.
Come on, guys, we only have 17 votes. There's way too many people in here that only have 17 votes. Come on, vote the poll, please.
Put on YouTube.
I'm gonna say,
man. I look at Bud's Instagram every other week. He's in Africa. He's on like some cruise. He's on these exotic vacations. He's having all this baby mama drama. He's out with his kids. He's taking his kids to the water park. Like, what are we talking about? Come on. If anybody, he's in soft shoes and silk pajamas too, guys. He ain't exactly out on the corner begging for a sandwich.
Yeah, but
that's what Bob wanted to say. But no, Bud is at Red Rocks running them goddamn stairs because I see him.
There has been tons of fighters in history who have money oozing out the rectum, who sleep in silk sheets, and who are monsters and killers. It's all person to person. Everybody's different. You can't just say he's rich. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, Hagler. But they say it's hard to wake up with being worth 1 and 2.1 million for the fight. That's what they said. But I'm gonna be just straight up and down. Bud has declined a little bit as well. But it's not.
I was just about to say that.
Skill. It's because of the weight gain and his adjustment to it. And this is why I don't know if this fight is gonna pan out the way he wants.
Let me say real quick, guys, the poll is dead even, 48% to 48%. We only have 25 entries, though, so let's see what happens. Dead even, which is pretty much kind of what...
That's a good chat.
Right?
That's what we're saying.
It's a good chat. It's a good panel. You want to have like 50-50. You don't want to have it just one side. It's a boring panel.
Right. But
Or
that's
chat,
also, I believe, across the board in boxing, it seems half-half to me. Like, I'm literally down the middle. I can't choose. The only edge, after being around both of them, the only edge I can give Canelo, the only thing I could say is that Canelo while I know Bud has sparred bigger guys, I know I did when I fought, but Bud has never fought anybody in the pro ranks at as big as Canelo has. So that's the only advantage Canelo has. He is actually given and taken punches from guys at 68 and 75, whereas Bud never has. That's the only advantage he has, if it's even an advantage.
But
I
hey,
would even
Marco,
say
my
also
question.
too, Marco, you know that weight that he's putting on is gonna slow him down big time. That's gonna be his downfall.
I
If you were
mean,
to ask
that's
my
what we
take on it,
assume. But that's an
that's I
assumption.
mean everybody that's assumption, but I mean if everybody could do it, they would do it, but they don't. Let's be realistic with ourselves. But
It's
like I
not.
said,
Hold
my
on. Hold
take
on.
on it.
Well, let me just
Go
say
ahead.
this. That's not why they don't do it, because they can't. They don't do it because a lot of people can still be just as fast, but they're getting pounded on by bigger. This sound terrible, but
So
they
then
get
that's
pounded
why they
on by
don't do
bigger
it.
dudes. That's why they don't go up, not because they're going to
That's
lose
why
their
they don't
speed.
go.
Yeah.
Well,
A goddamn
look, I'll
heavyweight
just say
shot
this.
in your face is a lot different than and I got punched and I would get kicked. And getting kicked in the head is worse than getting punched. When them heavyweights kick you in the head,
There's a
I'll just
boxing
ask
room
you two
it's
things,
dedicated
about
to
Marco.
life.
them.
The money.
I want to ask you two things.
Go ahead, Beast Killer. Go ahead.
All right, one question: who gets hit more, Bud or Canelo?
Canelo.
I don't
Hold
know.
on, now nobody's
Nah,
talking to you, bro.
man.
I
Let
Nah,
don't
me
know
talk to
man.
about
Marco quick.
that, bro.
Oh, watch your
His
Nah.
mouth when you
defense.
Who
say
gets
that,
hit more?
Bud. More
Hold on.
polite.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, man.
I feel like it might be even because Bud will fucking show up and take him to give him.
Well, I mean, the eye test will say one thing, but if you look at those percentages, I mean, Crawford is one of the least landed on
Let's
fighters
see. Is that really
in
true?
the entire sport. Absolutely,
That's a fact.
absolutely,
No,
That's a fact.
I mean,
absolutely.
I'll
I
put it to
thought
you this way
I
on the eye
don't think
test.
All right,
so,
1 at a
bro.
No, no,
time,
hold
guys.
on. I'll put it to you this way on the eye test. I've seen Crawford
Yeah,
on the floor more than I've seen Canelo.
and I've seen Bud get rocked way more than Canelo, bro. A
I
lot
think
more,
Wade
Are
bro.
you
gets
sure
Way
about
shaky
that,
more.
better
Rays?
though.
Way,
Man,
yeah, way more, bro.
Yeah,
Way
he's
more.
been knocked
How
down
can
way more times than
how,
Canelo has.
how
Yeah.
can you get
Did you
knocked
see
down
that?
if you
Did
never
you
get
guys see
knocked
that
down?
Con fight? I mean,
Yeah.
did you see that? I mean, sorry, that Brook fight. His eye was like angry, bro. Did you see his eye? Shit was huge. His
Said
shit
his
was all
eye.
fucked up. Even the
Who's?
Con fight, bro. He was getting smashed. He was getting hit with shots. Look at Bud's fight. Look at his fight after I think it was the Con or the Brook fight. His eye was huge. He was getting
No, it
smashed
was
with
not.
shots, bro. Like
That's an over
he was,
He
bro. Go
got
back.
poked in the eye
Me,
in
me
that
and
fight.
me and
He
my
got
brother,
poked in the
me and
eye.
my
Yeah.
brother, me and
No,
my
he got
brother
poked in
went
the
Hold on.
eye.
Let
back
It
him
was
talk.
and
Let him
we
irreversible.
talk.
broke down all. Go ahead.
No,
Me
go
or
ahead.
the other guy?
Go
In
ahead.
the Brooks
Oh,
fight,
all
he
right.
got poked in
Me
the
and my.
eye, so
Oh, sorry.
his eyelid was a little, you know what I mean?
Go ahead. Finish saying what you're saying.
It was a little low. You've never seen Crawford swole, bruised, cut. You've never seen that before. Cut it out.
You
That's
seen
that's.
Crawford hurt when he did all that weight loss. He ain't got to do all that weight loss now.
I'm telling you. And
They
one
ain't
thing,
talking about that. When was he getting
Bud
hurt at
said
147?
Bud said he struggled to make weight against Madrimov. He struggled.
So
It was hard
you
for him.
guys are really gonna really say that his last performance against Mazarov is good enough to beat Canelo right now? You are wild.
Well,
Yeah,
He
but
looked below
nobody's
mid
sure.
against a
And
154
come
pounder.
on, man.
The lowest one
Are
at
you
154.
hey,
Like,
But you
panel,
said the liver
are
my
we like
question,
response.
thinking
my
logically
question,
here, bro?
my
Like
Your
that
question.
doesn't
liver
make
said
sense,
the
bro.
liver.
Like a dude that struggled with the lowest guy at 154 had like went to hell and back. I thought he lost the fight. That's
This
my
is
opinion. Or you can give
this
him a
is
draw. And
hold
he went
on.
to
Okay,
hell and
so
back. And you're gonna say he's
Let
gonna
me
beat
say
the
this.
168 guy, the top guy? I don't even think he beat the 154
I've
top
been
guy. That's my
consistent.
opinion.
Let me
Canelo
say
got one
this.
foot in the grave.
Let
Why?
me say
Hit it.
this.
That's why I
Go
keep.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And dude, to his point, this is exactly why they say styles make fights.
hmm
Canelo doesn't fight like Madrimov, bro.
it's
At
Canelo
all.
doesn't do anything
And Bud
athletically
don't
on the
fight
level
like
of
Bivol
Madrimov.
or Mayweather, bro. Like, what are y'all talking about? Bud
Okay,
stands in the pocket and gets cracked.
Nobody said they did.
so panel question. Who
Bro,
was
this
the
whole panel,
last
that's the
fighter?
reason why I jumped on,
Who?
bro, because y'all are talking about he can move like Bivol. Like, bro, that's the reason why I jumped on, because y'all are talking nonsense.
So who is the last fighter?
They move
Panel,
better
just
than
answer. Who was the
Brazil.
last fighter that Canelo beat or lost to or looked like he caught a draw to was based on brute strength?
Somebody
Brute
has
strength
loud
and
back
power.
channels.
Remember one thing, bro.
Who
Canelo
beat
doesn't
Canelo with
have to
brute
prove
strength?
anything to Bud. Bud has to prove something to Canelo. Canelo's going to his press conferences normal. Bud's over here saying, "I'm trying to walk you down, bro." He's over here in his own head.
So
Bud has to prove something to Canelo. Canelo
I
ain't got nothing
just
to prove to Bud.
Man, that's
I
all the
just
most.
looked it up, guys, and Terrence Crawford gets 7 punches landed on him average per round, whereas Canelo gets 11 punches landed on him. So like Canelo gets hit more on average is the official numbers.
That's because he also fought way more
Yeah,
fights.
he fought bigger, way bigger fighters too, bro.
That's the average.
That's a good point.
That has nothing to
I
do
Bro,
mean,
with
you're going
60
off of an
fights to
average.
30.
Hold on, one at a
Come
time,
on, bro.
guys. One at a time, guys.
Hey,
I just wanted to
let me
look up
finish.
the percentage because I didn't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and that's good, Marco. It's just that you and I both know that statistics can sometimes skew things, and because it's an average, well, Canelo's fought more times, right?
No,
But
that
here's
has
the
nothing
thing.
to do with
Let's
more
go with
times.
your
That's
average.
based
Let's
on
go with the
fight
average. Dude, let's
That
go
has
with the
nothing to do
average
with the
that
fights.
Crawford gets hit 7 times versus Canelo gets hit 11 times. That's what you said, right? 7 to 11. So then that means that Crawford is the chinnier fighter because he's been down
No, it doesn't.
more
Yeah.
times.
Yes,
Bro,
it
he
does.
has never been down.
Wait,
What do
hold
you
on,
mean?
guys.
Bro, he's been down by smaller fighters.
Guys, hold on. Crawford has never been down.
Yeah, what are we saying?
He got wobbled once against Mean Machine. I have a video. I'll play it right now. And the Mean Machine, elbow checked him and he fell. But that wasn't even a real knockdown. Hold on.
Oh, he got
Don't
hurt
forget the
twice.
Gamboa.
He didn't go down though.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dude, he
I understand what you're saying, Marco. I
He
understand
never
what
went
you're saying.
down.
stopped him that same round.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So Crawford, there's 2 instances where you could say he was hurt a little. Canelo has 1. That's really not that big.
I would have said little. He was doing the stinky leg, bro. That's not a little.
2 to 1, and Canelo has 2 times.
Y'all be putting word to Caesar. Y'all be putting too much sauce on it, bro.
And Mean Machine dropped him. Mean Machine dropped him.
Get
That's
the fuck
fine.
out of here.
didn't.
And then, if you look when Canelo got hurt, did he not? He come on, bro. Look how he got hurt. He was wobbled. Canelo
He was falling all over the ropes,
exactly.
man.
When
Fury got a 10 count for that.
When Gamboa hurt Bud, he was just backing up.
But he recovered quickly.
Exactly.
He knocked him out like 15 seconds later.
Yeah, he did.
And Bud turned it into a Hearns Hagler situation. That's why I'm saying this fight may not. I don't think it's going to go to distance. Number one, and number two, if you hit either one of them with a shot, they're not going to start looking around for help. They're going to go to war with you. So somebody going to go to sleep. I think it ends in about 5 rounds.
Who hurt Bud at 47? They talking about that's the Mean Machine dude.
Let me play this real quick. Throwback.
Yeah, that was Mean Machine.
Here we go.
The only time Terrence Crawford got dropped, or did he? Mother Goose tales of Bud kissing the canvas circulate like a ceiling fan. So let's slap on the surgical gloves and dissect this. 2019, my hometown at MSG. Crawford fights Egidijus Kavalauskas. Over the first 2 rounds, Mean Machine gives Terrence more trouble than integral calculus. And in round 3, Kavalauskas lands an equilibrium-shattering lead right hand, which hits Bud like a bout of vertigo, forcing him to hold. Mean Machine then follows up with a series of clubbing shots, and Crawford hits the ground. The ref instantly rules it a slip, but was it? When slow-mo unpacking this, we see that Kavalauskas sets things up by flicking a Trojan horse jab to the breadbasket. Mean Machine then feints low again, and Crawford drops his hands. But Kavalauskas instead goes upstairs with an overhand right that leaves little birdies flying around Bud's head. Crawford immediately holds tight like crazy glue to clear the cobwebs. Kavalauskas then throws a follow-up flurry to finish the job, and his 5th attempted punch gets tangled under Bud's armpit. So while throwing that 5th shot, Kavalauskas inadvertently shoulder checks an off-balance Crawford, and the force of that bump puts Bud on the ground. So was it a clean knockdown? Crawford was clearly not hurt when getting up and resuming to fight. But most importantly, Terrence did not go down from a punch. He lost his balance from a shoulder bump to the armpit, which is absolutely not a knockdown.
So there it is. It was clearly one of these, and that's why he fell.
Can I speak to something real quick? This dude just said he grabbed because he was hurt. He grabbed. That may be the case.
He did grab because he got stunned. Yeah,
exactly.
He said this dude. He's talking about you, Marco.
No, I'm talking about this dude in the chat.
No, he's talking about somebody else. He was talking about somebody. Yeah. So what about?
Exactly. Like if you can grab because you hurt, that don't mean. And like Marco said, when he got up, he didn't look visibly stunned, hurt.
And it's about was it a knockdown? And that was clearly a shoulder fucking check. Now he still landed a good shot, but I have no skin in this game. I'm not a Bud fan. I'm not a Bud hater. I just wanted to see if it was true because I didn't see that fight when it happened. Everybody kept talking about it, so I wanted to analyze it. But like, did he really go down? Because like Floyd really got dropped by Zab, although officially he didn't. When you analyze that, I don't need to pull up that video, but he He got hit with a shot. His glove touched the ground. That should have been a fucking knockdown.
And
But it
Cotto
wasn't.
should have been considered a knockdown as well.
He
Say that
got
again?
knocked down before when he hurt his hand, and that dude.
Well, he took a knee, but he wasn't knocked down by a shot. But yeah, he took an official knee. That's the only knockdown Floyd ever had.
Cotto should have been awarded a knockdown against Canelo as well.
Yeah. Didn't the ropes hold him up?
I thought Canelo won. I thought Cotto won that fight. I thought it was close, and I gave it to Cotto.
Oh,
Cotto got stopped.
He talking about Miguel Cotto.
Yeah, but he said that he thought Canelo went down. That's who I'm replying to. And then he said Canelo won. He thought Cotto won. He didn't say what
no,
won.
real quick though, I might be mistaken, but then when he got rocked by Cotto, the ropes held him up or no?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
He was like 19.
Yeah. And he was falling around. He was on crazy legs.
It wasn't to the point where it should have been a knockdown.
Yeah, he stumbled back into the ropes, but
He
maybe
looked
didn't
like he
hold
was
him
about
up.
to go down, and then he instantly recovered. So I'll give him, just like Floyd against Mosley. I thought Floyd's legs were done, and he instantly recovered.
Not like that though.
I thought his hand went.
Floyd
I thought his hand hit
rolling
the
around ropes.
Nah, his hand didn't. Nah, nothing hit the ground.
Hey, Marco, I have a question about the boxing average, but it's 10 or 11-7, Bud Crawford, right? Being that Bud has been in the lower classes much longer than Canelo, where more punches are thrown in the lower weight classes, being that it's a 7, isn't that more impressive than 11?
Less
being that
fights.
Canelo
Like
been at that
25 more or less fights.
Well,
bro.
look.
No,
The average is around 10. I looked it up, right? So Canelo's in or around the average. Bud is a little below the average. So that is true.
So it has nothing to do with the amount of fights. That's not how averages is calculated. It's based on by round. The average is by round, not by fight.
Yeah, but usually if you have more fights, you have fought more rounds, unless you're knocking everybody out in the first.
Right.
Well,
and Cotto did not get stopped by Canelo. I don't know where you got that information from.
I think
I'm talking about the younger Cotto, bro. The younger Cotto got stopped. I mean, the older Cotto got stopped. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
That's the guy who hurt Canelo. That's the guy. I should do a video. On that, man. That and the Mean Machine.
Definitely should do a knock. You should because that looked really close to the Usyk Fury, and Usyk got the knockdown. It looked just like.
I don't remember it looking like that.
Can you pull it up real quick?
Sure. It was Canelo.
Talking about when Canelo got hit and ran across the ring.
Blocked by Cotto. Here it is. Yeah, I'll pull it
I
up.
hope Bud stands and fights, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, Marco. I hope Bud stands and fights. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a very good fight. I hope Bud stands and fights, like he says, like Mudhole.
Yeah.
I walked you down. I hope because
here we go.
Every time somebody tries to do that, they get put to sleep.
Here we go. Let's peep it. Hopefully, I don't get flagged. If I do, I do. What are we gonna do?
No longer amateur. He say there's not a good amateur program. He's a body puncher, triple opponent for Alvarez to be facing. There's a good right.
Oh,
And he
right
is
there.
bubbled by a
Yeah, hell yeah, the ropes held him up. Hell yeah, what the hell?
Now he's back.
Watch him get up out of there.
He's
He
good
about
right
to
now.
look at. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Here we go.
No longer amateur. He say there's
What's
not a
he
good
hit him
amateur
with?
program. He's a body puncher, triple opponent for Alvarez to be facing. There's a good right.
Oh, left hook.
And he is wobbled
Yeah.
by a left hook. And he's
That
in
might have
trouble.
dropped him.
And Cotto's jumping him.
I'm out of here.
And maybe the matchmaking was a mistake.
I'm out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Put the Gamboa one. Put the Bud and Gamboa one.
Hey,
You have an
notice.
argument for that holding him up. You
Hey,
do.
notice who was the ref in that fight too.
Who was it?
Look who the ref was.
Was that Richard? Yeah, I didn't even look.
Nope. Look at that ref. Check out the ref.
Was it Luis? What?
Nope.
Go back to. Well, we can't.
One of the most crooked refs of the
Yeah,
era.
to be fair, let's play the Bud Gamboa one too.
And the crazy thing about the Bud Gamboa, like, yeah, he got buzzed, but he really held the poker face. Because you had to kind of look at it a few times and be like, oh,
Why is anyone acting like that Cotto fight was close? He fucking knocked him out in the night.
Knocked him out.
They was mixing the brothers up
Here's
basically.
the thing with why it wasn't a knockdown against Cotto, because it knocked him back into the ropes, but we don't know if the ropes weren't there. Like Fury clearly fell and was half, into the ropes like a hammock. We knew that you had to stop and call that a knockdown. But Cotto just rocked him back a couple steps. We don't know if that would have actually.
He
I think he would have fell on his ass, but
maybe, but maybe not. It's not as obvious as like the Fury one.
But the
Yeah, because
ref
he
in
was
that fight
halfway in the
was
ropes.
the ref was in it was Tony Weeks. I mean, I'm not sure.
And if he was that hurt,
Tony
by the
Weeks
way,
stricken?
if he was that hurt,
Damn.
those follow-up shots that Cotto landed would have put him down, and they didn't.
No, no. That's not
Cotto
the
hit him with
case.
some 3 or 4
You
clean
can
follow-up.
get like
4 or
Marco.
5
Come on
shots
now.
after that.
You know you can get dropped and be fine. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I know.
So what are we saying?
Slab's knocked down. He
Well, he
just
wasn't
got
down
caught. He was hurt though, because
Yeah,
when Cotto
that's what I'm
started
saying.
landing the other shots, he got on that bicycle. He's like, hold
Out
on.
of those two, if you were to play that one and the Mean Machine one, I would say the Mean Machine one was closer to a knockdown than the
You
Canelo
must
one.
be
I
That's
crazy.
So he got
clear
hurt more.
bias.
No, you must be
Clearly biased.
Canelo was
Not clear
noticeably hurt.
bias because Marco just came out with the
Canelo
video, but
had no
Canelo
feet.
never hit the ground. The dude hit the ground
Dude,
physically, even if
Canelo
it was
legs
body
were
momentum. He
gone.
still got hit with the punch. He still got hit
Canelo
with the
legs
punch.
were gone. You
They
never
both got hit.
saw
If
Bud legs.
they
Hold
were
on,
not
real
gone,
quick.
bro. You're tripping.
Let me
Talk
explain
about-
this. You know, like if you get knocked into the ropes and the ropes holds you up, that counts as a knockdown. You know that, right?
It can. You're asking this guy. It can.
Yeah, I'm asking him.
Hey, Marco already broke it down. I don't got nothing to say on the topic. He just broke it down. The Fury was a
broke it down.
knockdown. That
No,
was
that-
not a
yeah,
knockdown.
He
He just
just
broke it down, bro.
broke. So
Like, come on now.
so you
I
disregard.
agree with that. That's what I agree with that.
So you just disregard when he
And-
broke down the Bud one there.
Like I just said,
Oh.
what he said on that, what you asked me,
It's
is
biased,
what I
man. Dude,
my
biased.
is that. That's my response.
Yeah, you picking and choosing, bro. What you want to believe? But
Nah, what I'm
y'all got
saying
it.
is that what I love about this is that we're able to come back on September 13th, and I always do, and none of you all be here because Bud's gonna go to sleep. Bud's gonna lose, bro.
He know
Bud's
you
getting put
know
to
Bud
sleep.
ain't going to
Bud's
sleep.
getting put to sleep, bro.
Oh, they'll all be here.
Like we can ask Marco if he stands and fights Marco, is he getting put to sleep? Yes or no?
Who?
Man, nobody would. It's
Bud
boxing, man.
Crawford.
This
Somebody's
is
talking to you, bro.
boxing,
Hold on, stop.
I don't
Let me
know.
talk to you,
I'll
bro.
be honest
I'm
with
asking
you, man.
Marco.
I don't know. Like traditional thinking, yeah, Canelo's bigger, harder puncher, but fucking Bud is, I don't know.
I think the question he's asking more, Marco, is if this turns into Hearns Hagler, who would you bet your money on who knocks out who?
Not even saying.
It's not going to. And you have to understand, Bud is more
Yeah, I'm
about
not saying
punch.
that.
Bud is more about punch placement.
Yeah.
Canelo is punch placement with also power. So, all Canelo's knockdowns against these big guys lately, it's all been punches they didn't see. It's not because he was hitting harder than them because he's smaller. It was punches they didn't see. Now he's fighting Crawford, and he can still land the punches Crawford doesn't see, but he's also a bigger, stronger puncher. So it's going to be dangerous for Crawford to get hit. But it's also going to be dangerous for Canelo to get hit with shots he doesn't see. Just his chin is so good. If anybody gets stopped, it would be Bud, in my opinion. But I think it's going to a decision either way, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I think he's saying he want him to stand there and fight because he know he's
Nah, nobody's saying stand there and fight, bro. Nobody's saying that. I'm saying the way Bud. I just said before I said what I said. Bud said he wants. Bud wants to stump a mud hole in his ass. He wants to do that. That sounds like to me like a fighter that's coming to fight, bro. It doesn't sound like to me like a fighter that's coming to box and move around. He'll box. I do feel like he'll box, but I do not. It doesn't sound like to me like a fighter that's going to fight.
guys,
But you know what? You're right though.
So far,
It
we got
sounds
50,
like boxing.
We
That's
got
all
50
it is.
votes, and it's almost dead even. Canelo by 2 points. 48%.
No, he's right.
46 Crawford.
You're right about the talking because Shakur and Devin Haney talk like that, and look how they fight. So you're
It
right.
sounds
I'm
like
gonna knock
boxing.
you out. I'm gonna fuck you up, and they boxed, and it's a boring fight. So you're right.
That's because it's boxing, man. This is not blood and guts. This is boxing. So you can stump a mud hole in somebody's butt by simply boxing. Muhammad Ali was boxing. A lot of guys Floyd Mayweather was boxing. You can tactically stump a mud hole in someone's butt by boxing. That's all. This is
I don't see a 147-pounder doing that. I don't.
Gentlemen,
What would you say that
up a
then?
little bit, Marco?
What's
Because
up?
when we were talking about the top 10 pound for pound,
Then
I
you
was
say
just
that too.
I was looking over the list. I don't think there's 20 A-level boxers. I was just looking at all the weight, and I was thinking about that. I'm not talking about top. I'm talking about 20 A-level. You think we could try to put together 20 guys that we all call A-level? Because like Brian Norman ain't no A-level fighter. I know he done knocked some dudes out.
Not yet.
I
no.
could
Not yet.
easily
I don't
name
think there's
8
20
fighters.
A-level fighters. Maybe we
Can I
talk
ask,
this
hey,
together.
Jersey Bob, can I ask you for what your criteria would be? Because when we say
Norman's
A
on his
level,
way, though.
does that mean that they have to have already accomplished something in their resume? that makes them A level? So we're no longer talking
I
about
think so.
their potential.
No, this
See,
is.
I'm all
I'm
over
talking
the
about
place
skills. I'm talking
because
about skills.
I'm looking at skills and accomplishment. Like Boots to me is A level. Now y'all might be like, well, he ain't. To me, he's A level.
I agree with you. I think Boots is A level. I'm with you on that. He
That's
already
why
unified the title.
I would like to hear everybody's input because, like I said, Brian Norm, yeah, he knocked them guys out, but he's not A level to me.
No, he's not. He hasn't unified any titles at all. He's not A level. So
I think there's 3 A-level boxers in the sport, and the top 3 pound for pound or the 3 A-level guys. That's it. That's
So
me personally.
What? Nah, I don't think that.
I'm gonna tell you.
Me personally.
That's
okay,
wild,
so
bro. I don't
right
agree
off
with
the
that.
bat, Jersey Bob, right off the bat, can I ask you this? Because for me, it makes it easy with the current pound for pound list. All 10 of those should already be on an A level list. Do you disagree with any of it?
I would agree with that.
I agree.
Okay, so that means
That's
we only
10
have
right
to pick
there.
10. We have to pick
That's
10
fair.
more that's
But after
outside
that,
of the
it gets
Ring
hard. The
magazine.
names, it gets really hard.
Okay.
I think there's some guys that's kicking on the doorstep, like David Benavidez, Bam, Shakur Stevenson.
he's in the
Those
top
guys
10
are on the
for me.
doorstep at A level to me.
Benavidez is definitely A level. Shakur is A level.
Damn, definitely A level.
I think Benavidez needs a signature win to get to that top 10. But he's in honorable mention though for sure.
Bob might
I'm
be
gonna
right.
fight
20
back
might
for
be hard to
Brian
find.
Norman.
20
Okay.
might be hard to find, but a lot of it. Look, Fury's A level, Usyk's A level.
Nah, not no more.
What do you mean? He
I don't think
lost
Fury
2
A-level no
close
more.
fights to Usyk. Super close.
No,
Why does that
it's
put him?
what you doing now. It
He
don't
lost
matter.
to Francis. How about that?
Man,
Well, technically he didn't, but you're right. That looked like shit. But you could
I mean,
run
the
that
first
one
fight
off.
versus Usyk was super close though, bro.
You could
Y'all could admit that. That was
could write
competitive.
off the Francis fight to like he didn't take him seriously.
So-
whatever,
Wait.
because he
No,
looked
you
great
can't.
against
No,
him.
you
So I'm
can't.
gonna
I'm
ask you
sorry,
this,
Marcos.
Marco.
I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
you can't. The number 1 pound for pound heavyweight of all time, he was being argued at that point. He fought an 0-0 MMA fighter and got laid on his butt. And then I don't even know how you win the rest of the rounds to win the fight, but
People,
you can.
again, I just said you could write that one off to taking him lightly because it wasn't a
Can
real
I
fight.
ask you a question? If it should have been such easy work, even if he didn't take him serious.
Agreed. No, I'm with you. It should have been, but it wasn't. But you can write that one off because when he fought Usyk, he looked good, even though he ended up.
I don't know about
knocked
writing
out.
things off like that.
So
You cannot
If it
have.
happened more than once, then I agree. I'd be like, all right, that's. But it would happen once. Whatever. He shouldn't have been fighting.
It should not happen.
It
Listen. Can I say in boxing, something technical like that with just your 2 hands, it should not happen when an amateur comes into your sport. In MMA, where there's kicks and elbows and stuff, that is more likely. You can't write that off in boxing.
Well, Fun Truck, I will say you totally have a point because he embarrassed me. Like that embarrassed boxing. But at the same time, I know people who know Ngannou. I've been in this business for a long time. He's actually been boxing for a long time, sparring and stuff. So it's not. He didn't just start. It was
Marco, you cannot be an A-level fighter with noticeable holes in your game.
I agree.
Who has
you cannot
holes?
Fury.
Fury have absolutely no chin at all. No chin.
He took a lot of shots by the hardest puncher arguably in history and got up every time.
But he went down. He went down. That's a problem.
So what's a chin? Is
He's
a
got
chin,
Bambi legs.
Is a chin getting up or is a chin just getting hurt? Like this is
no.
also
A chin is when you have punch resistance. When you can take a punch or roll a punch and keep going.
Some people argue.
Some
people argue. Hold on, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree with this because it's subjective. Some people argue a chin is a dude who gets clipped, gets right up, he's fine. Some people say that's a chin.
No, a chin is when you get touched on the chin, you hold the poker face, and you keep going. That's a chin.
I agree.
I mean, Marvin Hagler, basically.
Being able to take a punch is, even if you get dropped, you still
Even
fine.
Mike Tyson. You say Mike Tyson doesn't have a chin because he got knocked out, but it took 10 rounds of dudes pounding on him like a rare sirloin before he got knocked out.
Yeah, but Mike Tyson, it wasn't that he didn't have a chin. It was that he had some tactical holes in his game.
No, he just kept getting hit over and over again, and finally, just so much a body could take.
Dude, he was.
Hey, that's the most wild shit I think I've ever heard anybody say
Marco.
on this stream, Marco.
What?
Dude, we saw literally Fury get flattened out by Wilder and then come back like resurrected from the grave. And then exactly. And this dude just said he has no chin. That's crazy.
No, he doesn't have a chin.
and then he fought him 2 more times.
Hold on.
And then he fought him 2 more times and didn't get knocked
guys.
out.
Hold
Come
on,
man.
See, boxing's subjective. We always talk about that here. His definition, Mo, isn't yours or mine. He thinks if you go down, you have no chin. So you can't argue with that. I don't look at it that way, though.
Let me ask you
And
this,
Fury
Marco.
been down a lot. Hell, he's probably been down more than any heavyweight champion in boxing history.
He's
Let me look
chinny.
that up.
He is chinny, but he does have like you don't ever think he's not going to get back up. That has to account for something.
And not only has he been down, but he's been significantly hurt in fights.
He got hurt once by Usyk.
So he wasn't hurt when he went down?
I mean, he got up like nothing. He wasn't wobbling. He looked fine.
Come on, Marco. Come on, man. You guys call me out, but you got to at least hold that accountable.
It's heavyweight boxing.
He's only been hurt once, but he's been down.
I was about to say
10
that,
times.
Fun Truck. That's another thing. It is heavyweight boxing. Like they're a lot more
And
common.
he never got knocked out. So how is he like? Anyway, let me ask you this, Marco. I'm gonna ask you two fighters. If we still on the A-level thing, so would you still say AJ is A-level?
No.
AJ.
Oh no.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you this. Now this is my second fighter.
He's just asking, guys. Jesus.
No, because Marco said Fury's still A-level. I don't think he is, but is Devin Haney A-level?
Yes, because the one loss he had, we don't know if it was drugs or if it was So yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I agree with Devin
like
Haney,
Devin
and I
Haney.
agree with AJ.
like
I don't
Devin
think Fury A-level though, but
I can't call Devin Haney A-level because I believe that he has some fundamental issues within the way he punched.
Let me tell you guys this. Isn't Fury one of the only fighters in the world who have a real chance of beating Usyk if they fight again?
No.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
He might be the only one.
There you go. So how could that not be A-level?
No.
Nah, I think
he has no
that,
chance.
Zero
no,
chance.
Get
no,
the fuck
no.
out of here.
No.
Zero
I mean,
What
I
about
think it
Tio?
gets worse.
Tio
It
A-level?
gets worse.
Tio is A-level.
He got A-level skills for sure. But the problem, man, the A-level is so important because then to me, A-level has a lot to do with discipline. And for me, Tio has some discipline issues.
He does.
So,
well, he also had.
think-
Let's not forget, guys. I'm sorry, real quick. That Kambosos loss. He produced a doctor's note from a well-known doctor. She works with fighters, and you can look her up. So, like some people say, "Oh, he could have made it up." Yeah, but if he makes it up, she's a well-known figure. She could come out and be like, "Nah, that's bullshit." So I don't think.
Hey, just real quick, so we can keep on the subject of the discussion. We can't keep adding shit. So you said
That's what I'm saying.
You said you consider A-level based on their resume and currently fighting. That's
Exactly.
that was the
He
criteria.
had all these stipulations.
There was two criteria.
Oh, Allen, you're talking about?
Yeah.
No. It was Jersey Bob's the one that put it out. So I just want to make sure that we're sticking to the criteria.
No. I never said resume.
We didn't say you said resume.
I said skills, man. Skills is my
No, I know, but it was Jersey Bob that put it out, and Jersey Bob said the rules, and the rules are it's resume.
No, see,
and because skills is going to be subjective, man.
Resume, man.
Skills is going to be.
I think he didn't say resume. He said accomplishments.
I'll be back in a second, but
accomplishments. Jersey Bob, you said accomplishments and currently fighting, correct?
Right.
And I said some skill. Like my confusion is like Tank Davis. Is he A-level?
I wouldn't say so.
After that last fight,
he got A-level skills, man. But
if you say that Tank Davis is A-level, you have to now say Lamont Roach is A-level.
That's what I'm saying. He got A-level skills, but he don't got the accomplishments.
The world champion at 130, and then came up not so arguably beat Tank. So you say
that's
Tank
not true because
A-level, and Lamont
style
Roach
make
is
fights.
A-level.
Style make fights, man. I have
No,
as
that's
an
objective.
A-level fighter.
Alan, it's objective. I'm going off of Jersey Bob's rules. So Jersey Bob, if you put Tank Davis as A-level, then you have to automatically put Lamont Roach as A-level. I'm just saying.
That logic.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can combat my argument. I say that you can't have a noticeable hole in your game and be considered an A fighter. I have Monster Inoue as an A-level fighter, even though I know that the day he lose is going to be because of an overhand hook that he's weak to. He's going to.
Alan, we already have Alan. So we were looking for 20, right? What Jersey Bob wanted was 20, and we all already agreed that anyone on the current top 10 is already the first 10. So you
that's
know,
not
like
true.
we're looking
That's
for
not true.
another 10.
Yeah, I
is
don't
what
know,
we're
dude.
doing.
That's not true. That's not
Allen
true.
tripping. He's
All
tripping,
up
Allen.
here tripping
That's
right
not
now,
true.
man.
That's not
All
true.
y'all tripping right now
That's
because
not
you
true.
got
Because my man got Boots Ennis as an A-level fighter. He's not a top 10 pound for pound. And I like to agree with him that he has
He has
A-level
A-level skills
talent.
and accomplishments.
yeah.
Who you say Boots got A-level accomplishments?
No, he's A-level
Yes, he has.
skills
Yes, he
and
has because he has a Ring
accomplishments.
Magazine belt and he's already
Exactly.
unified the division.
Nah, man. Come
Anytime
on,
you
man.
unify
Come on, man.
division, you're on an
Come on, man.
A-level trajectory,
Yeah,
man.
I
Come on,
agree.
Nah,
stop
man.
it, bro. Stop it.
No.
No, now you're just hating on Boots.
Man,
Boots,
no, come
everybody
on,
knows.
man.
Everybody
Y'all,
knows everybody and their mama was ducking Boots from 23 years old to 28. So stop
This
it,
dude,
bro.
That's a
Let's stop
fact.
the
That's a
hate. Let's
fact.
stop the hate.
Stop
this
the
dude, this
hate.
dude, all of his titles were elevated, and it's no good reason why that Ring magazine
His
should have
title
been on the
against
line against
Stanionis was not
Stanionis.
elevated. He beat the shit out of Stanionis, who
Here's
had was one of the. I mean, I'd like to see Stanionis. Yeah, okay. In fact, if we put out some of the other people that are out there right now, and you try to tell me that Stanionis wouldn't beat the shit out of Mario Barrios, I'm sorry, bro. Stanionis spanks Mario Barrios.
yeah, but Mario
Stanionis quite
Barrios is one of
possibly
the
would
weakest
spank
champions in
Rolly
welterweight
Romero.
history.
Stanionis would give a hell of a fight to someone like Brian Norman. I sure would love to
Okay,
see something like that. So the
so
fact
if
that
That's a
Boots
good
Venus
point.
put belt to ass on Stanionis, who was undefeated, bro, he's already on the A list. So thank you,
all right,
Jersey Bob.
so
Boots is
give us
definitely A list.
give us all a good reason why Stanionis should be number 2 in the welterweight class. Why was he
Yo,
number
Go
2?
ahead,
What
go
did
ahead
he
and
do?
Let
read
me
off
just
the
say
best
real
welterweight
quick.
currently right now and
Let
tell
me
me if
just
they
say.
could beat Stanionis.
Hold on, let me say something real quick. I'm gonna start giving awards out. Allen is pot stirrer of the day. He's stirring the shit
Yeah,
out of this pot.
you can't say Canelo's a B-level fighter right now. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
I disagree. And I disagree. I also disagree. I also disagree that
Ew.
Stanionis should have been considered number 2. Marco, you know the lineal title should not have been on the line against Boots Stanionis. In respect to Boots, he's an A-level talent, but he should not have been a lineal champion.
And that's why
Yes,
he on the
he's
list.
Why?
huh?
Okay, I'll agree with this guy saying that Canelo hasn't done anything for him lately regarding like his matchups, but you can't call him a B-level fighter. I think your opinions are invalidated after that.
No. Canelo has an A-level career. He's an A-level champion. He's an all-time great. Today, he is not an A-level
And
fighter.
now hold on, let me answer this. And that is based on what? What fights recently? Because it has to be based on recent fights, right? Which fights make you say that he's no longer A level?
He's not A-level because of the leakage within his last 3 to 4 fights, and not only that, his victories at 68 is not aging well.
Leakage. What do you mean by
Oh, you
leakage?
gotta be specific, man.
Yeah, hold on. What do you
Okay.
mean by
Okay.
leakage?
So let me go to skills. In terms of the skill, he's no longer a combination puncher. Okay.
Dudes are running
Okay. Number
like
2.
Flojo. They're running.
Okay. Number 2. Guess what's also a skill set? Boxing out the ring. I'm not boxing out, but cutting off the ring. He no
Wait,
longer has the
Alan,
ability
let me
to
ask you a
put
question.
feet and conditioning.
Alan, real quick. Have you boxed
Yep.
before?
Absolutely. I
Okay, so
told you,
then you
Marco.
know. So then you know. Go ahead. What?
I think that at some point you should have a segment of who should be in the Hall of Fame and who's not.
Okay.
My big bro Corey Spinks, my next door neighbor, growing up my entire life.
Love Corey. That's my friend. Like I know him personally. Okay, so if you've boxed, and I was asking because then you know when somebody's fucking running, it's not that easy to cut off the ring. When somebody's moving, yes, but when they're running, I don't give a fuck how great you are. Like the one of the best people don't know this. Ali versus Foreman, the rope-a-dope. You know why that happened? Because Foreman cut off the ring so well. Ali's like, well, I guess I gotta sit in the fucking ropes. He kept cutting them off. Ali tried to dance.
I disagree
but
with
Ali
that.
danced.
I disagree with
Ali
that.
didn't
I
run.
disagree with that.
Okay, well, I know. I've been in there, and when somebody wants to
Mah-
run, it's hard to
Dude,
fucking
Muhammad
watch.
Ali believed that George Foreman was gonna lose conditioning. He argued his point from eternity that George Foreman did not have the conditioning. He did the rope-a-dope because he knew that George Foreman was gonna box
Agreed.
himself out.
That's a part of it, but he also clearly stated that he was cutting off the ring so fucking well. But forget about that. Let's get back to the cutting the ring off. It is very hard. I know this from my experience. When somebody's running, again, not moving, not dancing like Ali, running like Charlo did, it is very hard to fucking cut off the ring.
Can
That's
I add to
fine,
that?
but Marco, if that's your style, if you're one style, if you're a one-dimensional style and front foot fighter, you want to maul your fighter down, how is it that you do not have the ability to cut off the
Because
ring?
the guy is
That is your
running.
style.
And very
That is
few
your
fighters run because when they run, they're immediately conceding the fight. You know they're going to lose. Go ahead.
okay. So
Go ahead, Fun
if
Truck.
if
Let him
that's,
jump
I'm
in.
sorry, my bad.
Go ahead, Fun Truck.
Skull was like he was running, but also he's very athletic and tall. So if Canelo took the chance, the chances of getting countered or one shot KO was there.
Okay. So yeah. So anyway, so running and moving are different things. So that's why I disagree with that. But okay, so you saw the leakage, and so I disagree with that leakage. What other leakage did you see in him?
And Canelo conditioning. Canelo does not have the power through 12. 5, 6 runs out of gas. He does not punch the same after 5 or 6
I don't think he
rounds.
doesn't punch the same at these bigger weights in general, right? These guys are bigger. None of the punches are landing like that.
Well, it's not because you do not. It's not about brute strength knocking guys out. It's about setting up your punches and hitting guys, as you said, with punches that you don't see.
Punch placement.
Punch placement. And so Canelo, to me, through 12, he's just not the same fighter 1 through 4 as a fighter going 5 through 12. He's a totally different fighter. He runs out of gas.
Okay. Well, and here my man Makal's agreeing with you. Makal, maybe you're right, but you know the deal. Sparring is one thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he is declining, leaking, as Alan says.
He's leaking, man.
Or
He's leaking.
maybe it was just sparring and it wasn't, you know what I mean? People can cut clips up.
He has absolutely no patience at all. Like he literally throws the game plan out the window in the middle of fights.
We know who you're betting on.
Hey, so can I get back with Jersey Bob on this?
Yeah, I was
Jersey
about to
Bob,
say,
are you
like-
still there or no? Is he just?
No, I'm
he's
still here.
taking a break?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, you're there. Okay, cool. So it was a cool list because you said based on resume, currently fighting, and then this is all subjective, right? But I'm gonna base it on currently fighting world champions and current resumes, just like your criteria, Jersey Bob. So I was able to get to 7. But you're right. Like then I started having a lot of outsiders. Like, could we discuss that as an A level or not? So Jersey Bob, first on my list is 100% Oscar Collazo. If you're not watching 105, and you don't understand how good this kid is, Oscar Collazo is A level. 100%.
Where's he from?
I don't even want to hear Alan talk about
Brooklyn.
Oscar
He's from
Collazo.
Brooklyn.
He's the man.
He's from
Oscar Collazo. So number 1.
Is he from
Number
Puerto
2,
Rico?
right off the bat. Number 2,
he's in New York.
Janabek Alam Kuli. Already
Absolutely.
unified, already proven at 160 that he's A level. Ain't nobody want no smoke from Janabek. That's why he's got to move up to 68.
Somebody's getting some echo, so
yeah. So that's number 2. So I got 2 right there, Jersey. Janabek, Oscar Collazo. Ricardo Sandoval gets to my number 3 because he just beat Kenshiro Taraji, who was the pound for pound number 9 as of last month. And he is now the unified WBA and WBC. So Ricardo Sandoval gets the 3 as A level to me, right?
All right.
I gotta include Haney, that's 4. I gotta include Tio, man. That's 5, right? So this is where it'll start to, and then one more that for sure nobody can argue. Jaya Pataya is A level elite.
Absolutely.
So that's 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's 6. So here we go. Okay. Lara, I kind of want to sneak in there just because of overall resume and what he's already proven he can do. And he did, I mean, even though it's an old Danny Garcia who's making a comeback, he messed up Danny Garcia. So I'm kind of putting Lara in there. Do you disagree that he's an A-level fighter or not, Jersey?
I mean, I've seen Laura's last fights. He's been knocking guys out, but his competition, I don't know. Danny Garcia, what's the guy before that? I can't put him at A level.
Okay, no. That's why I want to ask because I got the 7. Remember, I got the 7. So, and then we already discussed the whole Tank thing. If you put Tank in, you have to put Lamont Roach in. So that would be 8 and 9. But on this argument or in this debate, I'm taking Tank out right now for now. So you're saying no on Tank, right?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not.
Okay, so I'll leave him on the outside. I'll leave him on the outside because we got 3 spots left on finding a 10. Okay, here we go. Do you believe that hold on, the first name would be Stephen Fulton, who's a 2-division world champion, 126 and 122. Is
Now,
he A-level elite or not?
You asking him or the panel?
Not yet. So in your opinion, Stephen Fulton has not proven it to you yet.
He lost to a top. I mean, he lost to Inoue.
He lost to Inoue. That was it. He lost to Inoue, bro. He lost to Inoue.
Won a belt.
And he looked bad after
He lost
that
to a pound for pound guy, but he was the 122 champion, and he just put belt to ass to win 126.
He's a tough one. Let's come back to him. Who's the other names?
You've gotten 3 tough ones already, brother.
Yeah,
all right. That's cool, man. That's cool. All right. A-level fighters. A-level fighters again. A-levels based on your criteria. Do you put Bakram on that list? Bakram Mortalazayev.
I need to see more.
Okay,
I like
that's fair.
Bakram.
So you're not putting Bakram Mortalazayev.
No,
Do you
like
put
Bakram,
Albert Puello in there, who arguably got robbed on his last fight?
Man, that's a close one for me. I hate the butt jump in. I love Puello. I love Puello.
Me too. That's why I have him on the list. So do you put him in or not? He got robbed, bro. He got robbed.
I love Puello. I hope Xander Zayas.
I wouldn't put him because he lost the fight. Well, he lost his belt, so I would say no.
Echo from somebody.
I don't know who the echo's coming from, Marco. I went on silent just to find out.
That was
I don't know who it is.
It might have been unjust, but he lost his belt, so I would say no.
Okay, all right.
He
So
can't
still,
be A-level.
so far you've said notice, or maybe to Stephen Fulton, maybe to Tank, which would make Lamont Roach maybe. You're saying no to Puello, and you're saying no to Bakram. All right.
Yeah.
Here's another one then. Subriel Matias, who did win the belt. And Subriel Matias was the former champ. Subriel Matias killed a man.
He lost in Puerto Rico, hometown, to the Australian guy. No.
Okay, so Matias is out. Even though he beat Puello, my whole point is you have Puello as a possible maybe or close in fringe of maybe, and then Matias beat him. But it's like you're making Matias under Puello.
Because I saw that fight in his hometown where he got beat easily with me by what's the Australian guy's name, man? That was
Liam Parrow.
Liam Parrow.
You lose the
okay.
Not the Parrow, no disrespect to Parrow, but no, you can't be A-level. You lost in your hometown to him, no.
Okay. Fernando Puma Martinez, is he in or out? Because Fernando Puma Martinez, just so that you know, 2-division champion. And he beat Ioka twice, and Ioka was regarded as one of the best 115 pounders today, and he beat him twice already in 1 year.
Puma, actually, we can say we're gonna find out because he's fighting Bam next.
Bam Rodriguez, he's fighting a pound for pound guy. But the fact that he is fighting a pound for pound guy, shouldn't he be in your top 20?
I like Puma. I've seen him. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. He probably would be.
All right. So if Puma's in, I got 2 spots left. And we still got Tank, Lamont Roach on the outside. We still have possibly Stephen Fulton on the outside. Okay, I haven't even thrown these other names at you yet.
Now, part of the reason I brought this up, and maybe other guys, is boxing in trouble that it's so hard to find this many.
No. This is a fun discussion. Let me finish.
Find A-level fighters.
No. It's not. It's not in trouble at all. Let me finish this. So, how about Sebastian Fundura? Now that you've seen that, do you put him in an elite level?
No way.
No.
So he's not on an A-list level. Even though you find that there's far more people that can beat Fundura at 154 than less people that can beat Fundura.
Here's what I don't like about Fundura. The Tim Tszyu fight, like the elbow happened, but that's like he was gonna lose that fight in my opinion. He didn't elbow him, and then I seen him get knocked out. Now he's improved, but A-level, I think he's beatable now.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
He get hit with the same punch every.
No, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Jersey Bob. How about this? And I'm not putting him in, but I just want to know your opinion on this one. Zurdo Ramirez is a unified belt holder at cruiserweight. Do you put him in as an A-level?
Me personally, no.
I don't. And you wouldn't think it's crazy, but I don't like this guy. He's going from like 160. Like I don't know, man. He went from 160 up there, and he didn't get belts on the way up to to 200. I don't know. It's weird. He got a weird career, but no.
Okay, so Zurdo's a no. All right. How about Emmanuel Navarrete, who, when he did beat the people like an Oscar Valdez and stuff, you don't consider it, even if you don't like his style because of his actual accomplishment.
And he lost that last fight.
He got outclassed.
Yo, I'm just curious.
You don't like you okay? So you're a definite hard no on Navarrete.
Yeah, no.
Okay. How about Carlos Adames? Adames, sorry.
Me personally, no, but he's like borderline.
He beat Hamza.
He definitely beat Hamza, but Hamza he's gonna have a good career, man.
Yeah, because I think Hamza was a little weight trained that fight, and moving up, I think you can tell his power came up.
To me,
but so is Carlos Adames in your point, in your opinion, Jersey, in or out?
Unified, has he?
I'd have to look back, but I'm pretty sure he is not. So you're saying no to Carlos Adames?
On the borderline, but no.
Wait,
okay. Halem Smith, who was the world champion, he's only lost twice. You just saw him recently in February, and he looks like he's a player at 175 pounds. He's currently the WBO interim. Does he, based on his resume and historical things that he's already done, do you squeeze him in that final group of 20?
I would need him to unify 175. I mean, that would be hard, but he'd have to beat one of the big guns at 175. So no.
Okay. All right. So again, this was a fun discussion because then you still, what you have with 2 spots left on the top 20 is you have Tank Lamont Roach on the outside. You have Stephen Fulton on the outside.
Can I throw a name in?
Go ahead, sir.
Because I think y'all are definitely going to disagree, but what about Hitchens? He not A-level?
Because of it's because of the resume. He did. It's because of the resume. It's not because of talent. Remember, we weren't counting potential on what we believe they could eventually be. We were saying, well, what has he done? And so far, Hitchens has only won one world title, and it was as recent.
Yeah,
he's
great
though.
If we was doing potential, Itama will have to be number 1. So I agree.
No. We were just trying to, the whole point was Jersey was saying, can you find 20? And then that's why I started throwing those out. So on Jersey Bob's list that we just went over, he got to a solid 18 with Tank and Lamont Roach and Stephen Fulton on the outside looking in.
Man, Xander Zayas is man.
I'm not mad at that one.
Man, Xander Zayas can box, man. He can box.
He just hasn't unified yet, or he hasn't.
Yeah,
he just won his first world title.
Proven nothing yet.
So the resume isn't there yet because we're not talking potential.
He's close to me. I mean, stylistically, he looks good. Skills, he's young. He's
just got to fight another 154-pound champion.
Yeah, that's what Jersey Bob's trying to say. Because if Jersey Bob has a hard no for Fundura, you can't squeeze Xander Zayas in. Because if it's a hard no for Fundura, then it's Fundura is already unified. That's why I put Fundura in there as a question.
Fundura was a unified champ. I could change my mind. Like if they fought and Fundora beat Xander Zayas, I could change my mind on Fundora.
Okay, but you see what I mean, though, Jersey Bob. I was able to name a bunch of names, right?
Yeah,
and it's just, we were splitting hairs on the final 2. But you can make arguments for how elite a lot, because your entire point when you ask that question is, I think where you were going with it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jersey Bob. Is you were saying, is boxing in trouble that we can't even talk about 20 A-level elite fighters? And I named more than 20. Some of them were actually kind of on the fringe. And I named entertaining fighters. Like, I want to see Fundura. I actually did pay for pay-per-views to watch Fundura. So you know what I'm saying? Like some of the people that you said that are on the outside. So the point is, Jersey, not only is boxing not in trouble, I always tell this to my friends now. In the last 24 months, boxing's better than it's ever been. And Marco would know better than any of us, maybe even historically, just in terms of the competition around the world and how much boxing is actually happening globally.
Turkey.
You know,
that's thanks to Turkey. If you're listening, I'm available. But that's thanks to Turkey. That is
a lot of guys you mentioned. their promotional companies are messing them up. If their promotional companies did a better job, they would be more A-level. Like Stephen Fulton, when he lost, man, he was out the ring for so long. That was ridiculous.
So,
well, that's PBC's
two things
fault.
real
That's
quick,
not,
real
that's
quick,
not
guys.
Stephen Fulton's
Two
fault.
things real quick. So the poll, you guys could see it. It is almost dead even. 2% more believe Canelo, 48 to 46. 48 believe Canelo can beat Crawford. We have damn near 100 votes, 70 something. Second, is there any super chats that I missed? Oh, there is. Okay, hold on. Let me get this one. Is it just CJ? Okay, so it's just a CJ super chat. I'm gonna read it from YouTube page. It's an extra crispy 2-piece. It says, I'm taking Canelo fans racks and their girls soon. So what he's referring to, those of you who don't know, him and another community member named E-Rock, aka Vlogs, are betting $1,000 each. They are betting $1,000 through the channel here. They send me each 1,000, and then when whoever wins, I send it back to them. They both put up a G each.
Marco the bookie.
And CJ is a gentleman of the African American persuasion. He's voting for Bud. And E-Rock is a member of the Mexican American persuasion. Sounds weird. He's voting for Canelo. So, I don't want to stir any pots.
They're doing $1,000 each to each other.
Oh, that's racist.
50-50.
They're both a little racist, but yeah, they're betting 1,000, so the winner takes home 2, and then the loser loses 1. Yeah,
man.
I want to ask this about the top 20. What about Virgil Ortiz?
Yes.
No, not at all. No.
Yes.
No. A level. No. Because Jersey Bob, I didn't even include him on the list because Jersey Bob said it also. We have to talk about resume. So tell me the world title Virgil Ortiz has won. That's right. It's 0. He's won 0 world titles. No matter how much you like a fighter, you can't put him in the top 20 according to Jersey Bob's criteria without the resume.
Yeah, I don't agree with that criteria. I think he is an A-level fighter.
He is not an A-level fighter, Marco. Stop that, man.
I'm not.
And it might not be his fault, Marco. But he pulled out. How many times he pulled out of the fight?
All I know is the motherfucker is a 99% knockout ratio. He's an exciting fighter. He's a threat. So to me,
is Matias. To be fair, that doesn't make you A-level.
So is Subriel Matias, Marco. So is Subriel Matias.
Subriel Matias is lost. See,
no. I'm talking about not 99. When you said 99% knockout ratio,
it's everything. So to me, those of you guys who don't know, you might not know this, Reyes. One of my biggest criteria in pound for pounds is dominance, recent dominance. Right, that's a big one to me. So that matters to me.
So then, who has Ortiz dominated? Because he didn't. He sure didn't dominate Madrimov. He didn't dominate Boachuk. Who did he dominate?
Madrimov up.
He didn't dominate Boachuk. What are you talking about? He lost that fight, bro.
Way more convincingly.
Fight last November.
He beat Madrimov way more convincingly than Bud did.
Man, okay, I'll give you that one.
He was sick.
I'll give you that one.
Madrimov said he was sick though, which let's just be fair. I'm throwing out all the angles. Now, I put him in an A level for sure. But
he didn't even look good the first 5 or 6 rounds against Madrimov.
All I know is he dominated him. Beat him.
How did you dominate and that didn't dominate the fight?
I thought he dominated. He won convincingly.
He won the fight for sure, but
he was
dominate
bullying
the
this
fight.
fucking guy, bullying him.
He didn't dominate the fight. He won the fight.
He owned the phone
he
booth.
lost the fights.
He was in that phone booth like an AT&T repairman. He was.
All right, look. Here's all I'll say, Marco, because this again, Jersey Bob. I appreciate you for putting this out. It was a fun conversation about it. Do I agree with you, Marco, that Virgil Ortiz is one of our more exciting fighters that's on the come up? Much like a lot of fighters, like Yayan mentioned with Richardson Hitchinson. I agree. What Jersey Bob was talking about is who cracks that top 20, like past the elite 10, right? The pound for pound. And when we look at I'm just going to read it out. When we look at Virgil Ortiz's current resume, in 23 fights, he beat Madrimov, very questionable against Sergey Boachuk. I had Boachuk winning.
Me too.
Beats old ass Thomas Delarme, beats Frederick Lawson, beats Michael McKinson. At least he beat Kavalauskas in his 18th fight. So he beat Kavalauskas, Maurice Hooker in the 17th fight, Samuel Vargas in his 16th fight. I guess at least he beat Brad Solomon in his 15th fight. Antonio Orozco in his 14th fight. Mauricio Herrera in his 13 fights. So you see what I'm saying, man? His
Now-
resume does not show elite at
And
all.
unlike Bud, who questionably went down against Mean Machine, Virgil Ortiz went down badly hurt early, badly hurt, badly, no
Right.
legs. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I have my man Xander Zayas significantly higher than Virgil Ortiz.
Crazy.
Personally.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll fight. We can find out.
I hope so. I hope that happens, man. I really
That's a
do.
good
I hope
fight.
it happens in
That's
December.
a good fight. That's a real good fight.
Yeah, I hope
Real
it
good
happens
fight.
too. I hope it
You said
happens
what?
too. I said I hope it happens too. There's a lot of fights we hope happen, but
So
you know.
I'm gonna ask this. So is it safe to say that the last 2 spots is just Tank Lamont Roach? Can we say that?
No, there's the Stephen
we
Fulton
wanna fill him.
argument.
Wait, what?
You know.
Stephen Fulton for what?
No, that's what Jersey Bob says. Stephen
Yeah.
Fulton won 2 weight divisions. The only loss he has is to Naoya Inoue, who's pound for pound number 2. And he put belt to ass to Brandon Figueroa, who was being placed as a king. He's an A-level elite. A-level elite in the top 20, man. You got to put him at least at number 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I
if you're
agree.
going to squeeze someone
I
in.
You know, Marco don't know him, so he don't be knowing.
Wait,
Nah, Marco knows who Stephen
Who?
Fulton is. Don't mess with him like
Nah, I
that,
don't know who
man.
that
He
is.
knows who he is.
I don't know who that is. I'm just kidding. Of course I know who it is. I remember thinking people were crazy for thinking that he's gonna beat Inoue. Like I didn't understand it.
Beat anyway in Japan.
Hey, do we all agree that we all know how the monster's going to lose at some point?
Everybody loses. Well, not everybody. A lot of people, most people lose at some point. Most, but not everybody.
No, I think
Monster's
what
gonna
he's
lose.
saying, he's
gonna get
susceptible
knocked
to that.
out.
Yeah, he's susceptible. Like the 2 times he got dropped, it was a like a hook or an overhand, something like that.
Well, Eddie Hearn's building up MJ Akhmadaliev, if I'm pronouncing it right, Marco, as like the next great 122 and the most challenging person to Inoue, and they're fighting in September. But if Inoue puts belt to ass on that guy, I mean, it's Junto Nakatani, man. Nakatani already said he's moving up to 22. It's already set up. So Nakatani Inoue's pound for pound versus pound for pound. So yeah.
Yeah, I think
we'll see.
Nakatani the real deal. I think he gonna do it.
I'm kind of on the fence with him. I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to tell when these guys haven't been, really pushed to their limits and really challenged.
Yeah, it is tough, but like you just gotta take it with a grain of salt because you don't know. Because anyway, might treat him like the rest of these dudes because he is coming up. But I think too, he got the skills, he got the power.
I do worry about Inoue losing because he's way. I mean, he's jumped how many weight classes? We talking here? 3, 4? And he's 31.
Yeah, I believe he started at 115. I could be wrong.
When you're in your 30s and you're starting to jump multiple weight classes, that's not your natural.
Well, if you think about it, if he at 122, right?
Now
Crawford in his late 30s.
So
going up.
he started
Marco,
at
he was
That's what I'm
108, 108 champ, 115 champ, 118 undisputed, 122 undisputed. That's the 4 weight classes.
That's and now
So
I
he
mean if
gained
he
weight.
goes up another 126 sounds light to us because probably none of us are that small, but for him that's a big jump
Yeah, right.
in his 30s. You know what I mean? Like he's not naturally
So
filling out
he
anymore.
essentially went up like 8-9 pounds in his career.
Look, Pacquiao, no disrespect, Reyes, but Pacquiao went up 50 pounds, which is why people allege the Capri Sun sippage, but.
Yo, hey Rez, how you feel?
My
about that?
argument to it, bro, is if you grew up in the Philippines poor, that's just hunger, bro. That's just hunger, man.
Nah.
I mean,
this guy's crazy.
hey, Marco,
What's
you
up?
can't speak to it about it because I did grow up in the Philippines, bro, and
So you're
I was
telling
a
me
skinny little
everybody
kid
you
too,
know?
and I'm fat as fuck now. So America's been good to me, Marco. Just saying.
Good point.
Does Permel Moen become a world champion next year?
No.
Yeah, we don't even know what weight class he fights at.
He's somebody, and I hate saying this because I have his number. I've talked to him. He's cool. I don't want to say overrated, but
He's a little bit hyped.
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, I see the skill and I see it, but
Tenacity.
he don't even fight at he fights all over the place. Like he was supposed to be fighting at 135, but he was weighing like 150 almost.
He reminds me of a young Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. I don't really see the Sean Porter.
He gives me Sean Porter vibes.
Yeah, I don't see that at all. Sean Porter was like a tank, like a mauler. This kid.
I'm telling you, the one we should be watching. Hear me out. Zaquin Moses, Shakur little cousin. He's the real deal. Watch out for him.
He's really good. Yayan, he's really good. He's one of my favorite up-and-comers.
Shakur.
Didn't they face off?
But
They had a
Zaquin Moses for real. Zaquin Moses is very, very.
Yeah, you can't say I love Shakur. That's not Shakur. So
yeah, but since he's his cousin, you're like another version of Shakur.
Hey Zion, let me ask you a question. Did you like Raymond Forbes' performance from Saturday?
Did I like it? Not necessarily, but
Man,
I thought
he
he
kind of
won.
left food on the plate, man.
I gave it. I think I rated it like I was like it's like a 6 out of 10 performance.
Left food on the plate.
Did you expect him? Because Abraham Nova's tough, even as a last minute opponent. Did you expect him to knock out Nova? Is that why?
Oh no, hell no.
I didn't expect. Looked a little cleaner though.
Exactly. Because Ray Ford not a knockout puncher, so even what's the fight? His first fight at 130. He had the guy hurt, but he still didn't get him out of there. So if he would have looked like that versus Nova, especially a late opponent, then I would have gave it an A+ performance. But Nova made it tough for him.
Yeah. Say what?
Keyshawn Davis. Who's his next big fight?
Forgot about him.
He said he's taking a year break for mental health. Fun track.
When did he say that?
He said that on Ariel Helwani show. He apologized to everyone publicly.
Oh,
he individually called out every single person and apologized to them directly. He said he's going through some mental health stuff and he'd like to stay away for a year. He is going to be a part of the Crawford camp with Shakur, and he's going to support his brother Crawford, but he will not be boxing at all, regardless of anything. And keep in mind that he's a Riyadh season ambassador. So,
amazing. I'm like, man, I like. Some people criticize it, but I like the fact that these guys are being more open about mental stuff because everybody goes through it. Just some of us handle it differently, or some of us can push it out. Like we've all gone through traumatic shit, right? And some of us can handle it, some of us can't. And some people criticize this now. Oh, they're soft and blah blah blah. Stop crying. So, and it's true. Some people go too far with it, right? Some people use it too much. But the balance is deal with mental health, acknowledge it, but also sometimes you got to face certain shit. You know what I mean?
I have a couple of things to say actually regarding that, Marco. Keyshawn Davis, his momentum swing, like the shift from him going into that fight, not making the weight, and then the fallout with his brothers and stuff. Haven't seen sort of a momentum swing like that in boxing in quite a while, where he lost tons of fans. And then your point about the openness about mental health, that's good because you're a level-headed guy, Marco. Not all these boxing fans on the internet, they will trash him till death because he's open about that. So I don't know. You have to kind of pick your poison. Do you express your feelings and get roasted over them? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's also looking at like, what's the option? Go into the ring, not right, and you get fucked up, and you also, you lose everything you're trying to build. So, because boxing, unlike a basketball game, one loss can ruin everything. There's no, we have another season. We'll be on the road tomorrow. We can make up for it. It doesn't work that way. So, but some people do. Some people go a little too far with it. But it's a very common. I mean, COVID opened the door for all that. COVID made everybody COVID affected everybody.
You mean like it's an easy out for some people, like Ryan Garcia?
Not just easy out, yes, but it's also a legitimate thing for some people, and I like the fact that it made some people, like I grew up in the hood, right? And like probably most of us did here. And like, you don't talk about mental health. Like that's pussy shit, so to speak. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's weak shit. So I
100%.
like that
and not to be that guy,
a little more accepted now.
I want to say this too.
Get hit in the head for a living. Come on, man.
Say that again. What'd you say about?
I said these
guys.
No,
I just want to shout out. I want to shout out CJ real quick because I agree with what he put on the comment. And yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Marco. I thought therapy was fucking crazy. I mean, my brother who grew up the youngest, he's from a different generation where he never thought therapy was crazy. And I didn't start getting therapy until I got my liver transplant 3 years ago, bro.
Good reason
Best
to
thing
get
that's
it.
ever happened to me, man. Best thing that's ever happened to
Good
me.
reason to get it. Yeah. Therapy was like, me too. I was one of those people where I was like, that. I'm not crazy. What, you think I'm crazy? Like, I'm not a pussy. I could. We all learn how to deal with our shit, but sometimes it's a not healthy way to deal with it. Or we learn how to deal with it as children, and what worked for you as a child does not work for you as an adult. So it just
Yes, sir.
poisons you more. Yeah. So
no, therapy is a good thing, and I am actually very happy. And Marco, you did do it, so you know what it's like that punches don't tickle. I'm glad that Keyshawn was brave enough to go public and say, I'm going to take this break. Not wishy-washy, not pull us around, not put on the internet, I want to fight whoever next. He made an announcement and he said, I'm dealing with my mental health. I will be gone for a full year. I'll be back next year.
I'm surprised a whole year.
I'm giving that a 2% chance of that happening. I bet he'll be back fourth quarter or first quarter. I bet.
I don't think so. Because I mean, first of all, he's got to figure out, is he gonna come back down to 135, or is he? I think he is for real saying his body can't handle it anymore, and he is a big guy. So if he is choosing to go to 140, 1 year layoff from the time he was supposed to fight was in June. So by next June, I could see that. By next June, that's not so far away.
Yo, I want to say this too. Like, he won the belt at 135, but he wanted to stay at 35 just to defend his belt one time, then move up. So I think he gonna stay at 40 or go to 40.
The story's gonna go like this. He got inspired in the Bud Crawford camp to come back. Turkey loved the kid. He's going to throw him some money. Top Rank doesn't have any channels, or I'm sorry, no network. So he's essentially going to be a Turkey fighter. I can see him coming back fourth quarter, first quarter on a Turkey fight.
Yeah, I can see him coming back in 6 months. I can see what you're saying.
Him versus Lamont Roach is a good fight.
I said that. Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, I think that'd be a good.
At 140 though, fun track at 140.
Nah,
yeah,
he's going to 140.
He's going to be going to 140.
Yeah,
that's what Keyshawn's going to do.
Lamont Roach said he wanted to go to 40 to fight Tio. So why not Keyshawn?
I mean, I think the most fun fight would be Keyshawn and Tio.
Absolutely.
No, not for a comeback fight though. Come on.
It'll be a comeback fight for both of them.
In that fight, does Tio take a step back, or do they meet each other in the center of the ring?
No, that's going to be that's going to be super tactical, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know if Tio wants to go toe to toe with Keyshawn. Hits hard, man.
I'm still not convinced about Keyshawn fully, but
really, he won the silver medal, Marco. He won the silver medal, lost to Andy Cruz, bro.
Mark Breland won a gold, I think. I mean, it doesn't always translate to being a great pro.
Oh, come on, Mark Breland was the world champion, Marco. Why you being
Mark Breland was the most underachieved pro in history, considering his amateur background.
Okay, but
what's he known for?
Though, Marco, you have to think about the competition during that time when he was the world champion.
Nah, man, come on. The point is, some fighters who are great amateurs aren't the best pros. That was the whole point of my comment.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Reyes, let me tell you this. I've been trying to sell Marco Keyshawn for the last year. He's just not buying it.
He looked good against Lemos, but Lemos was against short dude coming right at him. I'm not.
The Lemos was bigger than him too, Marco. Lemos was a lot bigger.
He
than
was
him.
one. He came in one,
and he put belt to ass on Lemos.
Right, because Lemos came right at him. I want to see what happens when he fights somebody that doesn't just come right at him. You know what I mean?
I mean, Baranchyk beat Navarrete, and he made Baranchyk look like nothing. So come on, man. You gotta, come on.
Again, I'm not shitting on him. I just want to see more.
Well, yeah.
Tell me he has.
And I'm gonna say this, Marco. Let me say this: the way you feel about Keyshawn is how I feel about Itama. I just want to see more. He hasn't proved.
No, I get it, but Usyk is sitting there. All we do when we think of Usyk is hear that Jeopardy music, dun 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 dun. Like, hurry up! He's about to retire on us. We got to get it in there before, the buzzer goes off. That's the problem. Otherwise, I'm with you. I think Ajit Kabayel, I said this morning on another show, Ajit Kabayel and Itama should fight to determine superstar supremacy. To determine, not superstar, rising star supremacy.
Me personally, I still think that's a big step up, but that's better than just fighting Usyk next.
Those are the only two that we think. might be able to beat Usyk right now that he hasn't already beat. I would say, right? Caballel and Moses. Let him fight.
Martin Bakoli.
Nah, McCauley's been flattened a couple
So,
times already.
so this is the thing, right, Marco? I guess I'm the only one in the panel that actually believes that, and I said it last night too, but I'm the only one here, I guess, that believes that because it's the heavyweight division, because he's 6'5", 255, and fast as hell with good technique, that it would be 50-50 even if he fought Usyk next. Why not? It's the heavyweight division. Anything can happen. Anything can happen with punches like
yeah, but anything could happen isn't a 50-50. That does not equate to a 50-50 ratio. Anything could happen is, you know.
60-40 then? I mean,
70,
you know what I mean?
I would say 70-30, maybe 80-20.
I really respect I respect the progression of boxing, and I would like to see that kid get some rounds in and develop at a nice pace. He's only 20, and you know, Usyk is just he's the master. He's a master, and so I don't care what type of skill set you have. You can't just come to the table with the master with one. I wouldn't say one, but a young elite level skill with no experience and go in there and fight the master.
Well, let me say this.
So it's not going to
Leon
happen.
Spinks did it with Ali. It happened.
Thank you, sir.
Usyk hasn't fought a
How old was
southpaw.
Ali?
Ali, I don't know, 32, 33.
He was way over the hill. Come on now.
Ali was, well, you want to get into that. Ali was over the hill at 29, if that's where we're going.
So, okay, then. So it's not the same.
Well, it is
Challenge
the same
that-
because
It's not the same because Usyk not over the hill.
A challenge that Utama brings, or however you pronounce his name, is that he's a southpaw, and Usyk hasn't faced a southpaw since 2018.
Thank you, Fun Track.
I like
and
that.
when he did, and Fun Track, when he did face that southpaw, how did it look?
I can't remember the fight. You tell me.
It's by the
Okay,
way,
I'll look it up, bro.
Reyes,
I'll look
it's
it up.
Fun Truck.
Oh, Fun Truck. Oh, my bad. Fun Truck. Sorry.
So on the Fun Track sounds better, but Fun Truck is, I guess, the same thing. Get in the Fun Truck. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I want to see Usyk challenge before he retires because there's only one fighter that I think has a chance of beating him is Fury, but nobody really wants to see a third one.
Okay, what if Usyk fought Caballel, Nick? Is you happy with that?
Yes, Caballel or Moses would be dope. Yes, or Fury. I mean, I don't want to see Fury, but at least I want to see Usyk possibly really tested. But for him to build his legacy, I feel like he needs whoever's doing dishes needs to mute themselves. But for him to build his legacy, I think he needs to fight somebody else, not come around the mountain 3 times and fight the same people.
Usyk going from a cruiserweight to becoming this small heavyweight champion of the world is just such an amazing thing to see. You got to thank Turkey for these really big fights.
Yeah, it's great, but Holyfield did it. Michael Moore did. Well, Michael Moore wasn't cruiserweight, but Michael Spinks did it. Like it's been done before, but it is impressive. It is impressive. But Usyk, let's not forget, Usyk's 6'3".
Wait, can I say he's finishing these guys though? You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, besides Dubois, who's he finishing?
Tyson Fury, if it wasn't for that judge,
But he didn't finish him. He didn't.
I know.
Usyk's not known as a knockout puncher, but this last fight made us all be like, "Oh my God, he has power too." So now we're all amped. You know what I mean? But I want to see him really challenge. Like for him to really secure a legacy and in my opinion, be in these like greatest of all time talks, he has to.
Bro, come on, Marco. Marco, I got to disagree with you, man. This dude came from cruiserweight and became undisputed, man.
So
I mean, he has nothing else to prove, man. He has nothing to prove. He can just go on cruise control.
That's fine.
He beat all of his adversaries.
For me, I don't put him in an all-time great list based on his.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
But he has nothing to prove. But like shit, support. I want to see. Look, I want to be alive during an era where I could tell my grandkids or I watched Usyk. I want to be alive watching that greatest of all time type fighter like a Floyd or a Roy or a Ali. So I want to see him do something next before he retires. That's like, whoa, blows the fucking cap off.
But guess what? Sometimes, Marco, you can't blame the fighter. You have to blame the era. I mean, there's just not any other fighters that's at his level.
I'm with you. I never blame him.
And so, in your favor, who's on your shirt?
Come on, this is the greatest fighter of all time.
Okay, so Roy Jones had the same challenge at some point. After he cleaned out B Hop and James Toney so early, essentially he went through the prime of his career with zero competition. Y'all must have zero competition.
I wouldn't say
So-
zero, but you're right, and it's not. And I say this all the time. You know that you're in my channel sometimes. It's not the fighter's fault who's alive and competing during their era. As long as they don't duck and they beat everybody, that's enough for me to put them in the list. Now, yeah, it holds a little more weight and water when it's somebody like Ali, like, well, he beat Frazier, he beat Foreman. Yeah, that holds more weight and water for sure. But still, I'm not going to say, well, Roy only, like, Hopkins and Toney are unbelievable wins. People trying to say that alone is enough.
Yes,
alone.
it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
I said that, Marco.
But some
It
people
is.
don't. They'll be like, well,
I'm-
look, Floyd fought this person, that person, this person, that
I
person.
mean, arguably, Usyk, Roy Jones, and Bud Crawford ran into the same challenges. I mean, they cleaned out
I
their
wouldn't
era.
say Crawford. Crawford had some good opponents that he beat. I don't think he
Dude,
beat people that were
Crawford,
like garbage.
man, listen, Crawford cleaned out 35, 40, and 47, man.
Yeah, at 47, he had that issue because
You know?
he was on Top Ring and nobody wanted to fight him. So
I still
agree.
never thought that
How
he didn't
many,
fight.
just think of this, Marco, think of this. I think, how many guys are 3 division lineal champions in the sport of boxing?
Yeah.
It's not that many. Bud is one of them. You know? And there's never been a time when you were like, okay, this guy may be in trouble. You know?
Yep. No, I'm with you. I think
And so
Crawford fought a lot of great fighters. I don't agree with people saying that. I mean, he fought a lot, and there was a lot of great fighters.
So with that said, you cannot sit here and say that Usyk is not an all-time great, man. It is what it is. There's several all-time greats. He's one of them. It is what it is. He proved himself. You know?
For me, it's hard when they're active. Like if he retires and we bring this up in another couple of years while everything soaks in. And also, here's another thing why it's hard when they're active. You have their opponents, the ones they beat, how the progression of their career transpires. What happens with them is still to be determined. So in 5-10 years, when they're all retired, and let's say Dubois comes back and starts fucking knocking shit loose, you know what I'm saying? It'll either make Usyk's resume better or not really. You get what I'm saying? So I don't like talking about active fighters because there's so many variables. I want them to be retired for a little bit and their contemporaries retired for a little bit so we could really gauge what was done, because a lot of them have a lot of career left.
And you know what's scary about your thought here is that Moses, right? Moses is in a generation right now. If you look at the pocket where he's at right now, there's no one at his age with his skill, talent, at the heavyweight division. So it's quite possible. I mean, if we're looking from the outside looking in, it's quite possible that he may run into the same challenges as Usyk. And because he's not going to fight Usyk, it's just that the era is just too wide. It's too wide of a gap. And I do not believe that Usyk should fight him. And I don't think he will fight him. And so
fight who?
Moses. Usyk is not going to fight that kid. And
Hey, speaking of, real quick, just to answer Fun Truck. So, it was his first WBO world title defense after winning the cruiserweight WBO world title, December 2016 on HBO. He fought a person by the name of Tabiso Muchunu, and
Filipino.
that guy was a southpaw. He knocked him out in the 9th round.
That sounds like a very Filipino name. I'm just kidding. I mean, it kind of does, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Like the Usyk thing is, when you consider his physical disadvantages, it makes it all the more impressive.
Yeah,
what he did. But Mike had physical disadvantage. Well, not really.
You were going to make a point that Usyk is 6'3" and he's not a small heavyweight. I think you were about to say that.
Usyk,
no, I was going to say
for this generation.
I was going to say for this generation, yeah, he was as a cruiserweight. He was a cruiserweight, but he fought in the Olympics. He fought at heavy, which is 200. That's also actually in the pros. Any 199 and below is cruiser. So yeah, he's not that small. I mean, for this generation, I
He's
guess maybe
6'3",
he is.
227 on his last fight, Marco.
Yeah,
But having said that, that's also why what I like about what Usyk was able to prove is, and again, I guess if you're gonna go cruiserweight, cruiserweights went to heavyweights. Who is it Holyfield or is it Usyk? Is a kind of a fun debate, in a lot of ways. But
Holyfield was very good, but I think Usyk's a little better.
yeah, right. So, but Usyk, before Usyk existed, there was always this talk about, well, I don't know, man. I mean, Muhammad Ali was great, but could he have beaten a Lennox Lewis? Could he have beaten all of these big guys? And then Usyk showed up, who's the exact same size as Muhammad Ali, and he's trucking everyone. Which now then you go back and go, oh, well, then Ali would have killed everybody. Because if Usyk could do it.
They got the same birthday too, Ali and Usyk, I'm pretty sure. Which is
yeah.
Fun fact. I mean, I thought Anthony Joshua was gonna flatten Usyk like some grapes at Martha's Vineyard.
Why?
The size before the fight happened, that was Usyk's proof to me that he could really rock with these 6'6" plus 250 pounders. The size. I really thought Joshua was going to beat him. Shut the door, sweetheart.
I just cannot believe, Marco.
But I
I
was
can't
wrong.
believe you have gone through how many decades or eras of boxing, and size is your overwhelming decision on a fight when the skill gap is so large.
I didn't see the skill gap being that large at the time.
How, man?
I agree.
Hold on. Size doesn't always matter. But in that instance, I felt like it would have mattered because AJ is to this day, 91% knockout puncher. And he's fighting a naturally smaller guy. So it was physics. That's what I was thinking. Like, he's going to land at least one shot. I was thinking.
Well, you could not have that thought and watch the fight with Ruiz. And I mean, we all know that Joshua has a problem with hand speed, man. We all know that.
I know all that, but I didn't. Usyk was not known as a knockout puncher as a heavyweight, not even close. And I was looking at it like all it's going to take is for him to land a couple of those shots, and that's it. Even if Usyk's winning every round, And I thought Joshua, as fast as Usyk is with his feet, it's like a 4-inch height difference. I thought Joshua and a long reach difference. I thought Joshua would impose the reach and the size. Now he didn't, but I thought he would.
Joshua has had a problem with every fighter who had fast hands in between punches. Dubois.
Maybe, but he fucking up until recently he was knocking them all out. So it's like, Ruiz was initially we looked at that as a fluke because he beat him in the ring. We looked at it as like a Lennox Lewis versus Oliver McCall type thing. If it happens once it's okay, twice, whatever. That's the biggest knock on Lennox, which I hate. Oh, you got knocked out twice. Yeah, he's also one of only 5 heavyweights in history to have beaten everybody he's ever fought.
Yeah, but the thing is with Lennox Lewis is that he didn't have a tactical or skill problem. He had a weak chin.
I don't think he had a weak chin, my man. I don't think.
But in the moment, that's what he was known. He was known as the
guy. But we're
who
talking
had a
about
fragile chin.
Right, but we're talking about us pundits, us aficionados breakdown of it, and he didn't have a weak chin. Like it's the ones you don't see. He took massive hammers from Ray Mercer and went nowhere. So like he's proven he had a good chin.
I always felt like he had a focus issue. Like if he lost focus for a second, got complacent.
Lennox?
That's discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, against Hassim, I mean, you guys know Hassim Rockman. We were stablemates together growing up as amateurs. I know him really well, so I was happy for him. But against Hassim, this is a fact. It was in Africa. The altitude is wild. And Hassim was there 2 weeks early to adjust. Lennox didn't adjust at all. And he looked exhausted. And, excuse, yes, but it's also possibly a factor.
He was also
Marco
leading up.
Exactly. He was in that Ocean's 12 movie or whatever.
Right.
Like,
So,
talk about silk sheets.
So the point is, the loss wasn't so much because he had a weak chin or, it was more because he wasn't really taking it seriously.
Well, I guess we'll give the excuse. We'll give the excuse for Buster Douglas fighting for his mom.
Oh no,
being in Japan.
Oh no, Buster
Douglas.
Crazy stuff. You probably don't know my opinion on Mike's. You wouldn't have said that if you knew it. So that's definitely not what I think.
So see, like the Usyk problem. Well, Joshua's problem with Usyk was footwork. He could never get. Usyk controlled that fight by footwork, keeping his right foot outside Joshua's right foot.
You know what I thought too, Mick? The problem was in the rematch, which was close, way closer. Joshua was boxing decently, but he threw no power. It was all keeping at range, boxing, not committing, didn't want to get tired. If he would have just mixed it up, boxed, but then threw some grenades here and there.
But he couldn't really because it was like loads of people didn't see that, but like when it's a southpaw against an orthodox, the footwork, whoever's foot's on the outside has a huge advantage. Joshua's having to punch around him.
I disagree. I disagree. Like southpaws have an advantage, but so do we. I've sparred many southpaws.
Only if you can get
the straight right hand is a very, very doable and findable target against a southpaw.
Yeah, but they don't say in boxing they say being a southpaw is a cheat code for a reason.
I wouldn't say it's a cheat code, but like it's like their straight lefts land on us very easily because we naturally, inherently, we lean away into their power, and they do to ours too, though. So whenever I see southpaw,
but you don't spar as many southpaws as you do as an orthodox fighter in boxing.
No, I mean I only sparred a few southpaws. I didn't spar that many growing up. I don't think I never fought any of my fights. They were all, but with me, the southpaw, the lead right hand, every time.
Yeah, I know, but take your personal anecdote out of it. Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank, Usyk, like southpaws are dominating the sport.
Well, you know what it is? You're right, and I think it's also Boots. We're looking at a lot of guys now who are learning to fight both off Jump Street. They go into a gym and they're taught both.
Lamont Roach versus Tank Davis is a very, very good case study if you're a boxing coach on how to fight a southpaw. Any Mayweather fights on how he fought southpaws, good case studies on how to fight southpaws.
I like that.
I really enjoyed that fight, that Roach fight.
I like
if you're fighting a southpaw and you can't get the front foot on the outside, there's no chance of you beating them. There is no chance.
Especially if they're a boxer, like Haney Regis. Regis didn't even try to get his lead foot outside of Haney's foot, and he just was moving however he wanted the whole night. He just boxed his socks off. No trouble.
Horrible feat, man. Horrible feat.
So, Marco, I've been working on something so you can understand me better.
You've been working on what?
It
didn't work because I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Understand me a bit better, yeah.
Okay.
So, Marco, I've been in a machine and a fire of gas.
Is that Gaelic? That was Gaelic. I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Mick, you ever seen a Jeff Fenech fight?
Jeff Fenech? Jeff Fenech is
The
Australian.
Yeah, exactly. He was a beast, though.
Why'd you ask Mick that specifically?
Just because he's from Scotland, so I'm like, Australia, Scotland, all them, all those people.
He was
very
80s,
far
wasn't
away.
he, yeah?
Huh?
He was in 80s, early 80s, Fenech, yeah?
Yeah, he was one of the best inside fighters I've ever seen. Fenech. He had a classic wars with Azuma Nelson, who was one of the greatest. Very okay, for example, how many of you in the panel here have heard of Azuma Nelson?
What? Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Hall of Famer Azuma
All right,
Nelson.
you don't have to get all fucking sassy. Who else though?
Hey Marco, Azuma Nelson was a great fighter. Do you know who knocked out Azuma Nelson?
He is in the Hall of Fame.
Purnell, I believe.
Sanchez.
I know Purnell. Purnell beat him. I don't know if he knocked him out though.
I don't believe he knocked him out, but Salvador Sanchez was I believe his first loss. Knocked him out.
Yeah.
Okay, whoop de fucking do. I still got to look over the Sanchez stuff because I know you guys keep giving me shit about it, and you might have a point. I got to refresh my not Sanchez and my Benitez stuff. I've watched Benitez recently though, and I don't like he was good, but I just don't see this greatest ever.
Yo, was they both 135?
Benavidez, I believe, was 40 or 47. 40.
Benitez.
Benitez did his best work at 140 and 47.
Featherweight, right?
Salvador beat Nelson in the 15th round TKO.
Yeah. What year was that?
83.
1982, Madison Square Garden.
That was kind of a prime Azuma too. That's impressive.
Hold on, hang on. Here's some key facts. Nelson was a late replacement for Mario Miranda.
There you go. Doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
He had only 13 professional fights at the time, making him a massive underdog.
You don't mention that, do you, Mo? Go ahead.
Despite his inexperience, yeah, that's all I got.
Well, okay, so that somewhat takes away from it, but
The late replacement, yeah, for sure.
How many did Sanchez have how many fights did he have at that point? Probably in the 30s or 40s or some shit. He had damn near 40 fights and died at 23.
15 rounds. When did they move to 12 rounds?
I believe
around 85.
Yeah, I was
around
gonna
that.
say early 80s. Yeah,
Because Hagler Hearns was a 12-round
here's
fight,
another-
and that was 85. I believe.
That was Salvador Sanchez's last fight. He died in a car accident 3 weeks after that fight.
That was his
Rest
last
in
fight.
peace.
Okay, so that was so he had 40 fights. I mean, that's a massive experience gap.
He died at 23 years old.
Yeah, no, that's a massive experience gap. So yeah, Simo, it's impressive, but when you break down the intricacies of it,
What age is like fine wine, right?
yeah.
Hey.
Look, and Azuma, if anything, that helped him get better because you know what I mean. He had a great career.
No,
I would say
Azuma would go on to become a 3-weight world champion and Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer for sure. Do you know what's his nickname? Who knows? I know Mo probably knows this.
I know it, so I'll let everybody else.
How about Alan? Alan, what's Azuma's Nelson's nickname?
I don't know Zuma's nickname.
The professor.
So I've been since I've been talking to these Puerto Ricans and they've been giving me boxing history. I was checking some of them up today. Who would you say would win a fight between Hector Camacho and Ismael Laguna?
Camacho and who?
Camacho versus Ismael Laguna.
Ishmael who?
Laguna.
I don't know who that is.
Undisputed lightweight champion.
I don't know
Ismael
who that
Laguna.
is, but you're gonna miss your train, Mike.
Hall of Famer.
You're gonna miss your train, Mick.
That's not me. It's been waiting on a train.
Oh, it's not you. Somebody's right by a train.
I think it was me.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, I never heard of him. You ever heard of him, Mo?
Yeah.
Ishmael.
That one, Ishmael. It sounds vaguely familiar, but Laguna, Ishmael Laguna. But no, I'm not familiar. I don't think I've ever seen any of his
Never
fights.
hoided a bum.
I
I never hoided a bum.
Casual after that.
Jeez, man.
I mean, who did he beat? I know about him, but I don't know any of his opponents.
Yeah, what years was he active?
Like the 60s, right? 70s?
60s, 70s?
I don't know who she's fighting with here, but
he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah?
Yeah, he was inducted.
Yeah, I mean, during the 60s and 70s, there were tons of great Latin American fighters, but obviously they weren't like on the world stage, except for maybe Roberto Duran.
Guys, we are 2 away from the goal. We're going to end the chat somewhat soon, not right this second. So let's try and hit the goal, please. That would be a great afternoon present. What's up?
So, Mo, do you miss like when Latin fighters box a little bit more and stuff like that?
I will say that not even just Latin fighters, because also there's a lot of great Afro-Latino fighters that are like lost in history. But I will say that I do wish that boxing was more prominent, particularly in Central and South America, the way it was in the 60s and 70s. Why that went away, I don't really know. I'm sure that has to do with like the infrastructure of the promoters out there or them just coming to America and stuff like that. Like, look at all these. There's tons of Dominicans and Central Americans that are big now, like with Polanco. A lot of the guys in what's that dude? Hector Bermudez's stable that are like Latin fighters, and they don't live in the countries that they come from. So I think there used to be way more diversity, like Argentinians, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, Panamanians, etc., etc.
Motherfucker. Sorry, that's from Dave Chappelle skit.
Do we all here think that Crawford's gonna win though?
Going to be that the level of competition in other parts have gotten so much better because of the amateur circuit, and it can.
86 votes, almost dead even. Crawford slightly. Again, it's been consistent. Crawford by 2 percentage points.
I feel like Madrimov's way better than William Skull, and I think Canelo just looked worse against Skull. So yeah.
I just saw Canelo just not really trying, to be honest with you, because how is he? I think he just would look to him. He probably felt like this is ridiculous. I'm not going to literally chase this guy around the ring. I don't know. And people saying that, it was a close fight. Canelo should have lost. Like, are you blind? Like, this dude is whiffing air. He's like landing no punches. He's a very poor, accurate fighter. Even in the Shishkin fight, he was very extraordinarily inaccurate.
Word, true.
It's because there was nobody in the crowd to hype Canelo up. You know, he was fighting in Saudi Arabia, so I think that was such a bad thing for Turkey to do, is to take Canelo away from his bread and butter in Vegas around Cinco de Mayo. He took him to Saudi Arabia and fought at some abnormal time, and just kind of things were thrown off. And plus, his opponent didn't really come to fight.
True.
But yes, I agree. Canelo was just walking toward that bag, $100 million easy paycheck. He did not care about trying to knock that guy out.
Yeah.
I didn't think Skull deserved to be in that position either. I mean, he kind of low-key had to put the same amount of effort and skill in the Shishkin fight, and that was basically their tryout to see who to get the IBF title. Basically, I thought Shishkin put up way more of a fight. Well, that's the thing. It's the IBF, right? But when the IBF strips guys we don't like, then they're doing a great job. But when they strip guys that we do like or that we don't want them to strip, then they're pieces of shit. But at least, I mean, I can't blame them from doing what they always fucking do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish this fight was for Undisputed, though. I was sad when they stripped Canelo.
What you mean? This is
It
undisputed.
is.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah?
Canelo has the IBF belt, does he?
That's the whole reason he
that
fought
was-
Skull, right?
That's why he fought.
That was the
Skull.
only reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
saying. Like, yeah, otherwise there would have been no Skull. They would have just squared off.
no, it's for Undisputed, but they're gonna strip whoever wins it
How you
after
know?
the fight. Yeah,
Well,
they'll
whatever.
strip one of the organizations is gonna strip one of them. Like
That's
what
why.
the WBA. I'm sure they've done that with one of them before. Yeah.
That's
I
why.
think the WBA. Yeah, I think they might.
Soon only the fucking Ring Magazine belt will matter, and we don't have to
I'm
talk about this
sure
ridiculous
they've done
bullshit.
that with Castano and Charlo at a point as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think no, sorry, Canelo beat Charlo and then stripped him with one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time, aye, but that's they should have stripped him now, but they said because the fight's made, they'll strip him after it, or whoever wins after it. Yeah.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So Marco, I've also I put in the Discord for you with you with my strong accent. I've put a few videos in there for you to watch.
Okay. I'll
and
check
see
it.
see if my accent's actually strong.
I'll check it.
But
All right,
it's,
guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. We will reconvene later tonight. All right. It was good shit, people. Good shit. Appreciate
Thanks,
you guys as always. Peace.
Cheers.
All right. Later.